Welcome to Full Count Rhythm Baseball on the Full Count Broadcast Network, presented by Full Count Ministry and Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Now let's send it to the ballpark for today's matchup.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Jackson, Tennessee. This is game number 5 in the Anchor Transportation 2 for the Showdown, and game number 5 of 13 this summer between the Full Count Rhythm and the Jackson Rockibillys. The Rhythm will come to Jackson a total of 6 times, and Jackson will come to Hendersonville at Drakes Creek Park Field number 3, take on the Rhythm 7 times, and 2 of those will be tomorrow night and Sunday night. This is Tim Reese, and I'm joined by Max Keller, as you see on the video there. He is our only video portion of the show tonight, the way we have configured things here. Max is going to be the star. Max, how you doing?
Well, I'm not the star, but I will try to either make a decision between sitting here and letting you talk or trying to kind of mouth every word you say at the same time so that the viewers feel like they're listening to you talk, although I don't know the voice matches the body over here. But I am happy to be back on the call. I am without 4 wisdom teeth, so I don't know if I'll know the rules of baseball anymore or if I'll have the wisdom to be able to talk about the sport, but I am excited to get going.
I am sure you've watched your fair share of baseball while you've been on the IL. So you got a little College World Series in. You've kept some games, kept the score of. There we go. We'll get it right. As we're having the first pitch thrown out, and he throws it over to first base. Nobody's there.
That's going to be an E1.
And now he's out there dancing.
I mean, that's an E1.
It's got to be an E1. He's going to go pick it up and try it again. Mom's going to – I've never seen that before. This little guy's probably 5 years old, and he is now throwing ground balls to the guy who's supposed to be catching the first pitch. So maybe it's his birthday. But anyway, it's great to be back here at Rockibillys Stadium. The Rhythm have not had the best of luck against the Rockibillys, come in with a 1-3 record. Lost their last game down here in Jackson 5-2 back just a week ago. As a matter of fact, the Rhythm started their 6-game homestand last Friday, and this is the last night of their homestand as they're going to come to Hendersonville Saturday and Sunday. The Rhythm got a much-needed win last night, though, up at Du Bois County, 10-4 over the Bombers to end the 2-game losing streak and improve to 7-13 on the season. Jackson comes in with a 13-6 record, and this will be game 20 for them, game 21 for the Full Count Rhythm. First half ends next week on the 29th, so a week from tomorrow will end the first half, and the Rhythm right now don't look like they've got much of a chance to make a mark in the playoffs. They'll have to be a second-half team if they want to get into the playoffs.
Well, it's going to have to start being mini win streaks throughout the season. You can't drop multiple games in a row for an extended period of time and expect to make the playoffs, but also the jump up into the league for the first season, getting your feet wet, playing new competition. These teams, though, are going to know each other like siblings by the end of the season, and that rivalry will be instilled as we continue to see matchups between these two teams. But that will make it a fiery ball game just by the nature of these two teams knowing each other a little bit.
Yep. Well, let's take our break and come back with the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Welcome back to the Full Count Broadcast Network. Now it's time for the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineup.
Timing is not very good again on my part. I apologize, as they are right at the time for our national anthem. So we will take our second break while the national anthem is sung, because we can't have it here on the YouTube, on Facebook, or Twitter. So we'll take a break, be right back.
Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram knocks it out of the park with Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, all new vehicles come with a Rhythm exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles, no additional charge. That's a home run. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram in Madison, just 10 minutes north of Nashville.
If you've got a dream, then we've got you covered. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram is like no other.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Your home showing symptoms of foundation issues? Your home's wet basement, dingy crawl space, musty smells, cracked walls, or unlevel concrete shouldn't be ignored. Helitech can help. Life happens in your home. You and your family deserve the best. Helitech offers proven solutions in waterproofing, drainage, concrete leveling, and foundation repair services. Contact us for a free inspection at helitechonline.com.
When the water's high, we'll keep your basement dry. Heal your home with Helitech.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal...
And the national anthem has been sung. It's time for the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups. First for the visitors, the Full Count Rhythm. Joey Parliament batting first, playing second base. Parker McDonald at third base, hitting second. Center fielder Joe Watkins batting in the 3-hole, and Jacob Tobias hitting cleanup, playing left field tonight. Brett Von Dolan, our Frosted Luau player of the game last night, in the number 5 spot, playing first base. Riley Black is the DH, hitting 6th. Andrew Hunt in right field, batting 7th. Jackson Cothran behind the plate. He'll hit 8th. And Aiden Gibson out at shortstop, batting 9th. On the mound for the Rhythm, a pitcher of the week in the Prospect League this past week, Zane Brown, a upcoming sophomore at Cleveland State University, 6'4", 195-pound right-hander. And we'll tell you a little bit more about Zane in the next half inning when he gets out on the mound. Head coach for the Rhythm is Josh Carmen. He's also the general manager. He is assisted by Jackson Jarvis, Jordan Duell, and Jimmy Gamboa, and at times Henry Jackson, the assistant general manager. He will face the Rockibillys lineup. Looks like this tonight. Ethan Rossau leads off, playing left field. Jackson Blemler is the second baseman, hitting second. Stan King at first base, batting third. Merritt Carter at shortstop, batting fourth. Number 5 hitter is Matt Houston. He'll be behind the plate. Caden Contant is the third baseman, batting sixth. Will Bowen out in right field, batting 7th. Jackson Bryan is the DH. He'll hit 8th. And out in center field, batting 9th, is Gunnar Bingham. On the mound is left-hander Matt Riley. Riley is on for his 4th appearance of the year. All starts. He has a 1-0 record in 17 1/3 innings. Given up 12 hits, 9 runs, 8 earned. Has walked 8, struck out 12. Has plunked 3 batters with a 4.15 ERA. Riley's 6'3", 230-pound rising senior at Freed-Hardeman University, so he's close to home. He's from Eads, Tennessee, which is down here in West Tennessee, I believe. And let me tell you who their head coach is, Sam Quinn-Loeb in his first year. He's assisted by Cody Wood, and his pitching coach is Augie Gallardo. Rockibillys come in with a 13-6 record. And look at here, we're going to get started just a hair after 7 o'clock. Been getting started a little bit earlier than actual scheduled game time, and the first pitch in there by Matt Riley at 7:01 Central Time, as we're back on the Central Time Zone after being up in Indiana for 3 games. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Next pitch down in the dirt, blocked by Houston. Game time temperature 88 degrees, according to the Weather Channel. Brought to you by Helitech. Helitech offers permanent solutions in waterproofing and foundation repair to heal your home symptoms. Heal your home with Helitech. Parliament with a 2-hopper down to third. Caden Contant throws across the diamond to Stan King to retire Joey Parliament for out number 1. Parliament had 1 hit in last night's contest against the DuBois County Bombers. It produced a run. He ended the game 1 for 6. Now Parker McDonald, he went 1 for 4 in yesterday's game. Stands in and looks at a called strike.
McDonald, kind of a guy with sneaky pop, has the home run on the season along with 4 doubles. A dangerous hitter at the plate.
Called strike in there, and the Rhythm dugout not happy about that. McDonald leads the team in official at-bats and hits. He has 16 hits with those, including those 4 doubles. That breaking pitch must have missed down. It was definitely over the plate. Comes in also, unfortunately, leading the team in strikeouts with 22. And the world's smallest numbers on a scoreboard. I did bring my binoculars this time, folks. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is the Rhythm bat in the top of the first inning. There's a AAA Autoglass foul ball. That'll get up into the seats. Second deck up here on the second row, press level. Off to the right. See if I can count the foul balls again. McDonald with a ground ball up the middle. That will sneak through into center field for a 1-out knock. McDonald picks up his 17th hit of the season. Came in hitting .235. Getting on base at a .325 clip. That'll bring up Joe Watkins. Watkins had a couple of hits in 3 official at-bats yesterday. Also walked and was one of the 6 hit batters, and he hits a slow 2-hopper to shortstop, throws it into right field, trying to get the force at second base. So Rhythm will end up with runners at the corners as Watkins reaches on the fielder's choice. McDonald moves on to third base on the error. I would assume they're going to give that error to Merritt Carter, the shortstop. We'll have to see how that's ruled. Definitely not going to look up at the scoreboard. Jacob Tobias stands in with 1 out and runners at the corners, brought to you by CrossFit Hendersonville.
Here's a guy who's heating up at the plate. Rhythm really need him if they want to get a streak going, and runners caught in a pickoff, and he's safe. But Parker McDonald goes home and gets out.
And I think from my chats with our official scorer, Ken Stegall, that Parker McDonald may not be charged with a caught stealing, as he was not going until the throw went down to second base. But Watkins is going to get credit with a stolen base, but a 6-2 will be the second out as McDonald is hosed at home plate. Used to call that a double steal, but McDonald really was not going on the pickoff attempt, so that's what happened is Watkins was picked off at first base by Matt Riley. He just went ahead and did not go back to first base. He went to second, and he was clearly safe, but McDonald got a late break from third and was cut down at the plate. So 2 out and a runner at second. Jacob Tobias ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes.
Had McDonald left on the pickoff move, probably would have had plenty of time to get home.
I wonder if Stan King would have even thrown home, though, or he probably wouldn't even have thrown down to second. So might have had to wait for the throw from the first baseman, Stan King, but not going to happen. There's the AAA auto glass foul ball. Last night, by my count, 47 foul balls.
Jacob Tobias has a little promotion attached to his number tonight here in Jackson. The fans can get a taco if he strikes out. But Tim thinks they picked the wrong guy.
Well, if you're going to go by numbers, you got to pick Parker McDonald. Tobias, 3 balls and a strike. Tobias has 14 strikeouts. But he comes in hitting .250, leads the team in runs scored, tied with doubles at 5, tied at home runs with 2, and leads his club with 12 RBIs, and he's now facing a Full Count Ministries full count.
And he's a really talented player in the field and at the plate. He's kind of really come into his own, especially in the last week or two. Those stats have gone up at the plate.
He's going to go down looking here, and whatever that promotion was, they get it right there. First strikeout for Riley ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. We're headed to the bottom of the first, no score. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
At Country Financial, we're more than just an office you may pass by as you drive through town. We're a part of your community and help support the programs that make our neighborhoods thrive. We take the time to get to know our clients. We know that every situation is unique, and our goal is to understand yours so that we can help you be confident about your financial security and your future. Call your local Country Financial representative, William Stiles, today at 615-824-7020 to talk about how we can help ensure the future you're dreaming of is something you can proudly own no matter what it looks like.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese and Max Keller back out at Rockibillys Stadium down in Jackson, Tennessee. The Rhythm playing their 4th game away from Drakes Creek Park. Tuesday and Wednesday at Lafayette, Indiana. Last night at DuBois County. And tonight here in Jackson, be back home Saturday and Sunday to take on these Rockibillys. If you're in the area, come on out. Watch the Rhythm try to defeat the Rockibillys. And the first pitch is swung on and grounded into the hole. Aiden Gibson makes the play. We've got him off first base as the throw got by Brett Von Dolan, but Ethan Rossow, for some reason, made a bluff towards second base. The ball was hit into the hole. Gibson kept it from going into left field, so it'll be an infield single, but his throw was not in time at first base. It got past Von Dolan and went to the wall, while Von Dolan was actually lazily going after it. Rossow acted as though he was going to head, throw over to first base, and Rossow's back. But then realized what he had done, and he had to scamper back to first base quickly. So Zane Brown on the first pitch that he delivers, and now second pitch popped up out to center field, and Joe Watkins will handle that without any problem. He only gave up 2 hits in 7 innings against Rex Baseball his last outing. 7-inning complete game shutout, 12 strikeouts. Did not walk a batter in that outing. The Rhythm won 10-0 in that contest.
That'll bring up Stan King, a 6 foot, 215-pound infielder. He's a junior. Played his last season at Arizona Christian University.
Throw over to first base. Runner's back in time.
He's from Lafayette, Georgia. He's a lefty in the box, facing the righty Brown.
First pitch is high and outside. Stan King has a couple of home runs on the season. He's actually got 3 of their 6. Hitting .297, another throw over to first. Rossow with 5 stolen bases in 7 attempts. Their leading base stealer is Merritt Carter. There's a AAA autoglass foul ball that gets out of play into the stands.
The stadium here just off the interstate, but a very nice view to right field with some big forest trees and overall a nice view from the elevated press box.
Throw to first, and again Rossow back in head first, or hands first. Brown 6'4", having an excellent start to his prospect league. But that shot right there will get off the wall. Andrew Hunt's going to get it back in quickly and keep Stan King to a single. That ball hit right at the base of the wall out in right field. And that's 2 singles, 1 in infield and 1 about as far as you can hit one to get a single. And runners are at the corners as Rossow made it all the way over to third. So Merritt Carter will stand in. Former Columbia State Charger. Played this past year at UAH. And he flies one out to left field. This should get a run in. Over is Tobias, and he makes the catch. Stan King does not tag up. He was headed down to second base just in case that dropped. Tobias had to make a nice running catch, but a sacrifice fly and the first run of the ball game scored by the Rockibillys on the sac fly. Well, now 2 outs and a runner at first base for Matt Houston.
A sophomore from Navarro College, a righty in the box here with 2 outs.
My recollection, he had a very good game the last time the Rhythm played Jackson. As a matter of fact, he went 2 for 4, had a home run, 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a pass ball on Jackson Cawthorn. That breaking pitch almost looked like it went right through his glove.
Yeah, I think right there Cawthorn might have just misread it by an inch. Kind of one of those rare lapses of judgment, but scoring position, try to keep the damage to 1. As 1 run in the first is unlike Zane Brown with numbers that he has.
Fly ball out to right field sends Hunt back and over to the line. He'll make the catch for out number 3. The Rhythm give up 2 hits in the inning, 1 run. It was earned. No errors, but I think they did rule a pass ball. I'm kind of waiting for that to happen. Ultimately, does not show up in the error column, has its own column, as a matter of fact. So no errors, 1 runner left on base. We're through 1. Jackson leads 1-0. Thanks for tuning in on The Full Count YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter page.
Your home run deals from your hometown dealer. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We've got Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, every new vehicle comes with Rhythm's exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles at no additional charge. We've got great deals on deck, so step up to the plate. Find your new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram at rhythmcdjr.com. Feel the rhythm, love the ride.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Welcome back. We're in Jackson, Tennessee, just a couple hours down I-40 from Nashville. Made it down about 4:30 for the 7 o'clock game time. Max and I just about were the first ones in the stadium, as a matter of fact. So takes us a little while to get set up and realize, hey, guess what we forgot? Or guess what I forgot? It's Tim Reese. It's my fault. Not Max's. It's mine. Brett Von Dolen, Riley Black, and Andrew Hunt to face Matt Riley here in the top of the second inning. Riley, a left-handed pitcher, delivers to the right-handed hitting Brett Von Dolen, who fouls a AAA auto glass ball off the facade over the first base dugout. Von Dolen had a big fly at DuBois County yesterday, and he gets a base hit into right field. It's a good start for Von Dolen. He is starting to heat up, and I heard Jackson Jarvis, the hitting coach on the drive down, say that he had been talking to Brett and saying, look, I know you're struggling. Just hang in there. It's coming. I can see it. Comes in hitting 128 tonight, but a couple hits in yesterday's game. There's a bunt laid down by Riley Black, the DH.
And Von Dolen really has that positivity when you're around him off the field, and you feel like he has the mental fortitude to get through a slump like this. Seeing that one get through the gap, you know that that's fundamental hitting, going to help him mentally.
Riley Black swings and misses at a breaking pitch. Left-handed hitter is Riley from Lee University. So we have a Riley Black being pitched to by a Matt Riley. Started to go, but holds up on the pitch low and outside. Riley versus Riley.
You combine their names, and it could be Riley.
Yes, that's true.
Riley and
or
Riley.
Matt Black.
Matt Black. Riley and Riley has a nice little insurance ring to it.
Well, their DH, Jackson Bryan, has a father named Brian Bryan, friend of mine. Black looks at another pitch low and inside. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Black hitting 188. He's got 3 hits, includes a double. Has 4 RBIs. He's had a slow start to his full count season. He fouls that one off to the left side, hits off the netting and falls right into the Rockibillys dugout. A AAA auto glass foul ball, thanks to Dylan Doris and his crew for their support of Full Count Rhythm Baseball. And another. This one will get out into the parking lot. It might get onto a windshield. Riley is spoiling Riley's pitches. Black did not play in last night's game with DuBois County as he has to back away from that pitch. Well, a Full Count Ministries full count.
Riley definitely has a slower tempo to his pitching on the mound. We've seen some guys who really rush that pitch clock. Riley's kind of taking his time.
Chopper down the third base line. It will roll foul. AAA auto glass foul ball picked up by third baseman Caden Contant.
Good decision by Contant. He picks that ball up or tries to rush it in fair play. That's probably a single for Riley Black. So we'll take a little delay as everybody gets back to their base and batter's box.
Andrew Hunt is on deck. Black is a graduate student upcoming at Lee University. He's going to draw the walk, head down to first base, put runners at first and second after Von Dolan's leadoff single into right field. Now Andrew Hunt from UAB, hometown of Birmingham, Alabama. Went to Oak Mountain High School. He's the son of Stephen and Cameron Hunt. Hello to Nana down in Birmingham. He swings at the first pitch and pops that one up into shallow left field. Merrick Carter out, but he's going to give way to Ethan Rossow, who's going to collect that one for out number 1.
And a good job there by Rossow. You could tell that Carter was going back on it. Sky high pop up there, and it was the outfielder's job to call off the shortstop in that situation with a good read on it from Rossow, who had to cover some ground but got the job done for a crucial first out of the inning.
Jackson Cothran, left-handed hitter. The 8-hole hitter stands in. Lefty on lefty matchup. Jackson's been struggling of late. Gets a first pitch in there for a called strike. Went 0 for 5 in yesterday's game. Reached via a hit by pitch and scored a run. He actually was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. Hits a ground ball to the right side. The only play that Jackson Blemler is going to have is to throw Cothran out at first base. Both runners move up 90 feet. So he will ground out to second for out number 2. Hopper that Blemler, the second baseman, had to range to his left to snag before it creeped into right field. So now runners in scoring position for Aiden Gibson, shortstop out of Carson Newman University. Right-handed batter swings at the first pitch, popped up to the right side. That should get into and will get into the third row behind first base dugout.
Gibson's been having a pretty good year. 255 at the plate, 3 RBIs, 2 doubles, and that's all done in 51 at-bats on the season. He's got the lefty-righty matchup. A base knock here could be 2 RBIs in a crucial spot.
Strike on the outside corner. Gibson 6'1", 185 pounds. He's a rising junior at Carson Newman. Hometown of Cleveland, Tennessee. Majoring in business management. The son of Adam and Amy Gibson, who are regular listeners to this road broadcast. And Aiden Gibson, for some reason, decided not to swing at 2 pitches that look pretty nice right over the plate, and he's going to go down looking. Must have been looking for something else. That's the second backward K in the book for Rhythm. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. Head to the bottom of the second. Jackson leads 1-0. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Kasasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions right here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Zane Brown back out on the mound for the bottom of the second inning. From White House, Tennessee. He's the son of Brian and Ashley Brown. Big brother to Barrett and Mora, grandson of Grandy and Nan in Madisonville, Kentucky. Papa and Mimi in Cottontown. Give up a run on 2 hits in the first. Gets a called strike on the outside corner to Caden Contant, who leads off for the Rockibillys. Contant, Will Bowen, Jackson Bryan, 6, 7, and 8 in the Rockibillys lineup. Popped up to the right side. This might be playable for Brett Von Dolen. He's over by the fence, and it will just hit off the netting. Will stay in the field of play, but it's a AAA Autoglass foul ball.
Just a couple feet from being a fly out, but Von Dolen gave it his best effort.
Zane Brown had 11 appearances this past spring with Cleveland State. 6 were starts. Had an 0-3 record. There's another AAA Autoglass foul ball that gets into the stands. 21 innings of work, gave up 30 hits, 24 runs, 22 were earned, walked 13 and struck out 20. That 9.28 ERA, but I think he probably pitched better than his ERA showed. Fastball was a little bit up. The count goes a ball and 2 strikes to Caden Contant.
What I like about Zane Brown is his versatility on the mound. In a low-scoring ball game like this, he can get the strikeouts.
He nearly got one there, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, that was really just off the edge of the corner. And if he does get run support, this is a guy who can get outs while throwing strikes. I mean, he doesn't allow much as far as extra base hits, 1 home run on the season allowed.
A lot of AAA Autoglass foul balls. This young man in the back row of the lower deck picked up a Prospect League baseball. That slider misses outside. 12 strikeouts in his last outing against Rex Baseball. Against the Thrillville Thrillbillies at home on June 8th. They had 7. And Thrillbillies up in Marion, Illinois. There's a shot down to first base. 1 hop, glove by Von Dolen. Vondo, they call him, and he runs to the bag for the unassisted put out at first base to retire Contant. Contant's from Kent, Ohio. Plays at Clarion University. That's in Ohio. Now steps to the plate Will Bowen from the College of San Mateo, hometown of Redwood City, California. 6 foot, 180-pound rising junior. He swings at the first pitch, and he is delivering Prospect League baseballs to more fans. This off to the third base side.
Redwood City, California, a long way away from Jackson, Tennessee. I'll tell you that much.
Fastball catches the inside corner, nearly caught Bowen's jersey as he is right on the plate. He's down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. From the windup, Brown delivers just outside for ball 1. Bowen comes in hitting .325. This is game number 13 of the year. He has 13 hits, including 2 doubles, 9 RBIs. 1-2 is swung on and tapped foul at the plate. Just barely got a piece of that one.
And you can tell for Zane so far, he's been using his normal pitch mix, just hasn't gotten that first strikeout yet. And I think once he does, they can start to come in bunches.
Fouled straight back as Bowen stays alive. He has not been hit this year. As close as he is to the plate, he has not been plunked. He has walked 3 times, struck out only 4. So Bowen's going to put it in play, and he does there, but it's foul down the right field line. And he is staying alive, staying alive. This is where you got to come in and say,
Staying alive. Staying alive.
You'll learn. Another AAA Autoglass foul ball. That gets into the stands.
I'll make sure to add it to the things I learned during my time with the rhythm.
I mean, you just make sure to incorporate that in your University of Miami broadcast.
I will.
That one's fair. It's hit out to left field where Jacob Tobias is standing, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Different outfield configuration tonight than is normal. Jacob Tobias has been playing center field more times than not, but he's in left field tonight. Joe Watkins is in center, where he was last night. He had Jacob Rowald on his right, our left, and Ramey Harrison, but he's got new outfielders tonight as Zane Brown delivers a fastball that whispers at the outside corner, and Jackson Bryan at the plate asking where that one was. These two played against each other in high school. Breaking pitch that Bryan starts to go and holds up, but the pitch is called a strike.
Bryan, a native of Nashville, Tennessee.
He is Beach High School. He's from Hendersonville. Actually, I think his parents live in Gallatin now as that pitch misses outside. He's the son of Brian and Dawn Bryan. He's got a sister, Mackenzie. Swings and misses that breaking pitch, and there it is. The first roof store strikeout as of his former opponent up in Sumner County, Jackson Bryan. A 1-2-3 inning bounce back for Zane Brown. And we will go to the top of the 3rd inning when we return on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram knocks it out of the park with Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, all new vehicles come with a Rhythm exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles, no additional charge. That's a home run. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram in Madison, just 10 minutes north of Nashville.
If you've got a dream, then we've got you covered. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram is like no other.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hello to Maureen Thompson up there in Reston, Virginia. She's listening in on the Full Count Facebook page. The mother of Jack, don't call me Armstrong Thompson. Maureen, when's Jack getting down here to Nashville or Hendersonville area? I understand that he's moving down here. We had him as one of our La Quinta Inn and Suites alumni spotlights. Maureen, we'll let you adopt somebody from the team. How about that? You can adopt me if you want. Back to the top of the lineup here in the top of the 3rd. Joey Parliament, Parker McDonald, Joe Watkins. First pitch by Matt Riley misses outside. Parliament grounded to 3rd base in the 1st. It's a Trevecca Nazarene Trojan out of Nashville. That's where Trevecca is. He's from Lancaster, Tennessee. He looks at a called strike. Parliament hitting .286, playing in game number 13. Tied with Jacob Tobias and Harrison Travis with the team lead in doubles with 5. Breaking pitch catches the inside corner. Our home plate umpire has a huge zone tonight. He's calling them both inside and outside. He's got dinner reservations early tonight. Fouled down the right field line. That will get into the Rhythm bullpen where nobody is located. But Pedro Polium, he's going to hustle down there.
I mean, hustle might be a strong word for what Pedro just did.
I mean, what is he? He's scuttling down there?
He kind of looks like, as that one just misses over the plate, he kind of reminds me of like the Patrick Mahomes jot to the huddle. If anybody watches a lot of NFL ball, it's kind of got a little bit of like a little pep in his step, a little attitude in it.
I see it. 2 balls, 2 strikes down in the dirt. And an all-natural surface here. It's actual grass and actual dirt, as well as a Full Count Ministries full count. I don't think Joey Parliament gets to too many of those. He likes to swing early in the count. 14 hits, looking for his first long ball of the year, and he is going to go down on strikes swinging. That was a half swing. Third strikeout of the ball game by Matt Riley.
Well, Parliament definitely is one of the more skilled hitters in terms of bat-to-ball skills on this team. I think the more he takes counts deep into, the pitch count for the pitchers, he'll have better numbers as the season goes on.
And the first pitch to Parker McDonald misses up. He had a single back up through the box and an eventful run around the bases. Pops one up out of play. A AAA auto glass foul ball that'll get up and to our right. McDonald was on first base when Joe Watkins hit a ground ball to short. Throw went into right field. McDonald went all the way over to third base as he nearly got plunked with that pitch by Riley. And then while runners were at first and third, Joe Watkins basically got picked off of first, continued to run down to second. He was safe in there, but when McDonald tried to then steal home or come home on the throw down to second, he was gunned down by Merritt Carter's throw to Matt Houston. Count now 3 balls and a strike to Parker McDonald. Joe Watkins on deck, and McDonald started to go, hesitated, and then left as ball 4 was ruled by our home plate umpire. That's the second walk of the game by Matt Riley, who has 8 on the season in 17 innings of work. This is his 4th start of the year. Riley he is a Lion from Freed-Hardeman University. Watkins looks at ball 1, low and inside.
And right now for Watkins, I think Riley's shown you that he's willing to waste some pitches to see if he'll get you to chase. The Rhythm are going to have to be selective.
Foul tip straight back. That caught a little bit of Matt Houston, the catcher. Umpire gives him a little bit of time to recover.
Actually saw my first ever umpire change in the Tennessee-Florida State game. Here's a pickoff. And the second stolen base by a Rhythm player after getting caught not on the scorebook, but by the pitcher in a pickoff move. But the first baseman over there, Stan King, had a hard time getting that one out of his glove. So runner in scoring position now for the Rhythm, looking to tie this one up.
Second stolen base on our scorecards, but I don't think that Joe Watkins was credited with a steal, and there's a balk. It's called on Matt Riley. So a walk, a stolen base, and a balk has put Parker McDonald at third base.
Now the approach for Watkins just changed 2 times in the matter of 15 seconds. Now you really got to think about getting one, even if it's deep to the outfield, to match the sacrifice fly we saw from the Rockibillys earlier.
There's a breaking pitch that gets over for a called strike. Watkins almost looked like he was taking. I think that is, they changed the scoreboard. Now it's 0-1 on the scoreboard. There's a ground ball over the head of the pitcher. That is going to score a run. 1 run, Merritt Carter throws Watkins out at first base, but he gets the RBI as the Framework Athletics first run of the game comes across the plate. That's Parker McDonald. That'll be an earned run as Watkins grounds out for out number 2, but this game's tied 1-1.
What a bizarre way to get the first 2 runs in this game so far. Had a lot of fun things to put on my scorecard.
Breaking pitch to Tobias in there for a called strike. He struck out looking to end the first. Nurembergers are watching again. I don't know where they are, though. I still don't know who they're connected with. Swing and a miss by Jacob Tobias. I've asked, but they just have not indicated. I'm going to have to ask a player. Okay, who has family named Dave and Brenda Nuremberger? Popped up on the left side. This looks like it'll be playable over toward the dugout. No, it'll just hit into the netting over the top of the Rockibillys.
Might have been playable for
dugout.
Superman, but unfortunately,
Matt Houston's not that man.
He might be super, but he doesn't wear the cape.
Vicky Maloney, super fan. She's listening in for the Rhythm audio tonight. First ball of the count to Tobias. A ball, 2 strikes. Only shows 1 out on the scoreboard, but there's 2 in the inning. I'm looking at the Rockabilly scoreboard. That's another pop-up, and that AAA Auto Glass will get on the netting right in front of our seat here at the radio visitors press boxes. We have 2 bat boys going after the ball.
You wonder if maybe there's incentives for who gets more foul balls back to the dugout.
Tobias checks his swing on a slider outside. Matt Riley, left-handed pitcher, and Jacob Tobias, left-handed batter. He's from Lipscomb University. Tobias, hometown of Birmingham, Alabama. He used to live in Chattanooga. Swing and a miss, and Tobias is ruled out as the ball did hit the dirt, but he struck out looking and now struck out swinging. And that will end the inning, but the Rhythm score a run without the benefit of a hit. No errors, but a walk, stolen base, balk, and a ground out. Nobody left on base. We're tied up, headed to the bottom of the 3rd inning. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Is your home showing symptoms of foundation issues? Your home's wet basement, dingy crawl space, musty smells, cracked walls, or unlevel concrete shouldn't be ignored. Helitech can help. Life happens in your home. You and your family deserve the best. Helitech offers proven solutions in waterproofing, drainage, concrete leveling, and foundation repair services. Contact us for a free inspection at helitechonline.com.
When the water's high, we'll keep your basement dry. Heal your home with Helitech.
Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is the title sponsor of Full Count Rhythm for the 3rd year. We want to thank Ryan Duncan and his folks over at Rhythm CDJR. They're located now at 1221 West Main Street in Hendersonville. They just wanted to get that Hendersonville address. They moved down from Madison, Tennessee, just down the street from Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. Go see them if you're in need of a used car or a new car. They've got them all. Go see Al Tribble, who I met as I visited the dealership there a few weeks back. Rhythm, you can catch them online at rhythmcdjr.com, or you can call them. They got a sales number here that says 629-210-3384. I think on our banner at Drakes Creek Park, it's a 615 number, but online it shows something different, 629. As the first pitch swinging, Gunnar Bingham flies one out to center field. One pitch, one out for Zane Brown.
Gunnar Bingham, a Murray State racer, surely raced into that at-bat with a first swing pop-out to center field.
He has been a thorn in the side of Rhythm teams the last 3 years, honestly. A couple of years with the Paducah Chiefs and now with the Rockabillys. There's a pitch, 3 balls outside, called a strike to Ethan Rossow, who singled and scored in the first. Same pitch, check swing, called a strike, 0-2. That pitch is not even close to the outside corner.
It didn't touch any part of home.
It didn't even touch the white line in the left-handed batter's box. Zane Brown's no dummy. He's going to keep it out there. His slider's in the dirt. Check swing. Rossow ruled that he did not go. We do not have the names of the umpires tonight, but whoever this home plate umpire is, he is in the mood of calling strikes as he did right there, and a roof store strikeout. Backward K in the book. That's 2 strikeouts for Zane Brown as he pitches here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That's now 2 outs.
Now that pitch was right down Main Street.
It was.
That one was as appealing as Chick-fil-A Rivergate, but no attempt on the swing there.
First pitch swinging, Blemmer flies one down the left field, and that will get into the Rockibillys bullpen. Jacob Tobias hustling over to the line, but did not have a shot at that one. Trying to find the Perrys. I think I found them right in the first row, right behind the first base dugout. There's Joey and Kylie, and my man Dax just turned 5. And maybe that's brother, and I think that's Cassie, Andrew Perry's mother. Another AAA Autoglass foul ball into the seats. They are delivering Prospect League baseballs all over here at Rockibillys Stadium.
An expensive operation that this is becoming tonight.
2 out. Pitch misses low and outside. Andrew Perry, left-handed pitcher who pitched last night, finished the game for the Rhythm, is from right here in Jackson, Tennessee. So the Perrys love when Full Count shows up. Breaking pitch, that catches the outside corner, and another roof store strikeout. Another backward K in the book, and a 1-2-3 inning for the 2nd inning in a row for Zane Brown, who's cooking with gas now. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base, and we are a third of the way through this ball game. 1-1. We're all tied up on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Max Keller alongside Tim Reese right here in Jackson, Tennessee. It's the top of the 4th inning in a contest between your Full Count Rhythm and the Jackson Rockibillys. We're all squared away at 1 run apiece as both pitchers have done well so far to start the day. On the mound for the Rockibillys, it's been Matt Riley. Has 4 strikeouts as Brett Von Dolan comes up to hit for the Rhythm. Had a single in his first at-bat, and as Tim mentioned earlier, an important hit for the positive vibes at the plate for Brett Von Dolan, who has been struggling as of late, looking to get hot. The first pitch to him is hit in the same exact location, except this time it'll be an error on the first baseman that allows Brett Von Dolan to reach first. It goes off the glove of Stan King, who let that one bounce up into the glove.
It was hard hit. We'll see how they rule that. See if they put it up on that scoreboard, and they have given an error to Stan King.
So with a runner on first, DH Riley Black gets up and hits one to third, a throw to second, and that's the only play. So Riley Black will reach on a fielder's choice after Brett Von Dolan reaches on an error. He'll walk back to the dugout, and they'll trade places with 1 out and a runner on first. That'll bring up the right fielder of tonight's contest for the Rhythm, Andrew Hunt, who flew out to left in his first at-bat. A backdoor breaking ball from Riley catches the outside corner of the plate for strike one as Black gets his lead off. The pitch, dribbled to third, same exact situation. The throw to second is in time, and the throw to first is not in time. A bang-bang play as Andrew Hunt reaches on a fielder's choice. So back-to-back fielder's choices has the Rhythm with a runner on first and 2 outs here in the top of the fourth.
Rhythm hadn't got the ball out of the infield yet in 3 batters here in the fourth.
Again, some bizarre scoring plays so far in this game as the pickoff attempt on Hunt. Nothing doing. The Rhythm have nearly been picked off twice, with the lefty on the mound having a clear view of the runner on first. Here's the pitch, and it's hit sharply back up the middle for a single. Runner is going to be on first and second with 2 outs. A good job there from Jackson Cawthron to shoot one right back up the middle for a base knock. But as I was saying, the pitcher, Matt Riley, has a good view of the runners on first and has caught a few runners going a little early, and yet the Rockibillys and Stan King at first have not been able to capitalize on getting that runner out at second. The first pitch from Riley is outside for a ball, and Aiden Gibson is now in the box as the 9-hole hitter. So far today, he struck out looking at a pitch right down the middle. Here is the pitch to Gibson. It's, I believe, foul tipped to make the count 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's hard to see out there, isn't it?
It is tough. I mean, I got a net line right in my sight.
I think that's what happened to me last time. I sat over there in that spot.
Riley kicks and deals, misses on the outside, makes the count 2-1.
And I didn't remember having the problem because the first time that I was here, which was game 1 of the year, I was sitting on this window. And so I don't have the net to look through. The numbers are still very small, but you can see them a little bit easier.
Riley winds and fires, and a sharply hit ball off the bat of Gibson, and that is a nice play by Ethan Rosso out in the left. He sticks his glove up in the air and catches it out of the sky right in front of the blue monster in left field. But after all of that mayhem and several fielders' choices, the Rhythm do not score a run. They have 1 hit off of 1 error, and they leave 2 runners on base. So we will be back for the bottom of the 4th inning in a tie ball game. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Full Count Rhythm Baseball.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
We are set to go for the bottom of the 4th inning with Zane Brown on the mound. And for Rhythm fans, that should bring some comfort when number 22 stands on the hill. Has an ERA below 2 on the season, and that'll be adjusted. So far, he's allowed 1 earned run through the first 3 innings, and finally has found the swing and miss stuff. Well, more like look at it and miss it down the middle of the plate. 3 strikeouts on the day for Zane Brown as he winds and fires. First pitch swinging here, a fly ball will go into foul territory, but luckily for the Rhythm, Parker McDonald will put a squeeze on it about 10 feet to the left of the third base bag for the first out of the inning.
That's what you like to see if you're Zane Brown. Somebody swinging that first pitch and pop out to an infielder.
Especially in foul territory, really makes a play feel a lot less scary for the righty on the mound, who fires home a first pitch strike to Merritt Carter.
How many balls off out the side corner was that one?
I don't know. I mean, I'd say another 1 to 2. Again, if you're just tuning in, a big strike zone as Carter sends one to the glove of Joey Parliament, perfectly positioned. The second baseman puts a squeeze on it for the second out of the inning. A line out to second, but again, we don't have the home plate umpire's name. However, the horizontal strike zone has been very wide.
He has been for both sides, though. It's not like it's for one side. It's Merritt Carter, a former Columbia State Bulldog, or a Charger, just lined out to another former Charger, Joey Parliament.
Matt Houston steps in the box, looks at one on the inside corner for a strike. Brown now pitching with some rhythm as the 0-1 generates a near swing, but they're going to say that Houston checked up, making the count 1-1. And Zane Brown has that really dangerous slider that starts over the middle and ends up out. Finds the corner of the zone there on what looked to be a fastball to get ahead 1-2. And he stands with the glove up in his face, nods, gets the signal, kicks and fires, generating a fly ball to right field. This one going to end up out of play. Brett Von Dolen has been a busy man over there at first today. I mentioned it earlier, we had an error in the top of the fourth, and it was kind of debatable whether or not they were going to call it an error. And the way I judged it was that Brett Von Dolen made a great play on a very similar ground ball hit to him earlier that was hit just as hard. Did a great job with the backhand glove to keep that one from getting to the outfield. So Brown gets another first pitch swing, or excuse me, Matt Houston, not first pitch swinging, but hitting it to center field, as that will be the third out of the inning. How about 3 straight, 3 and up and down innings for Zane Brown on the mound? 1, 2, 3 again in your scorebook, and we will head to the top of the 5th in a 1-1 ball game. Zane Brown has settled in, and we have a pitcher's duel on our hands. Don't go anywhere.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft-serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
At Country Financial, we're more than just an office you may pass by as you drive through town. We're a part of your community and help support the programs that make our neighborhoods thrive. We take the time to get to know our clients. We know that every situation is unique, and our goal is to understand yours so that we can help you be confident about your financial security and your future. Call your local Country Financial representative, William Stiles, today at 615-824-7020 to talk about how we can help ensure the future you're dreaming of is something you can proudly own, no matter what it looks like.
And we are back Here in the broadcast booth in Jackson, Tennessee, I'm Max Keller alongside Tim Reese. And we would like to thank all of our viewers for tuning in to our streams on YouTube, X, and Facebook.
Brad Matherly, the father of Sam Matherly, who got the win last night. He's listening in on Facebook. Let's go, Rhythm. Let's go. Need 2 in a row. That's true. Got 1 in a row yesterday. Is one win really, it's not a winning streak, is it?
I guess not, as Parliament tries to lay down a bunt, decides to pull back on a pitch that ends up being ruled a strike. I used to say that, though, as a kid, one day in a row of cleaning my room. As Parliament lays off a curveball that never quite breaks and ends up on the outside corner and away for a ball. Parliament waves his hands and awaits the pitch. Smacks one out into right field, finds the gap. This is going to be extra bases for Parliament. A slow roller gets to the wall. He's going to go for 3. The throw in is not in time, and Joey Parliament has a triple. This is the kind of guy who finds himself standing on second, and I believe that is his first triple of the season.
You would be correct.
But it feels like the kind of guy who could really rack up a triple. Again, a really rare hit in the sport, as you have to find the right place, and honestly, the rollout has to be slow enough to prevent the outfielders from getting the ball back in. So a leadoff triple is looking really nice for the Rhythm, who have another runner on third with less than 2 outs in the inning, as Parker McDonald comes up with nobody out and a runner on third. Riley remains on the mound and fires home a strike.
Well, it's a spacious ballpark, 392 to dead center field, 320 down the right field line, but a lot of room out there in the alley, so triples are a little easier here.
Riley throws one that I thought was very competitive, but
must have been up. It must have been up.
Must have been up. We have a very elevated view from the press box, probably the highest angle I've called yet with the Rhythm. Riley throws a fastball with some arm side run that carries it outside for a ball. Count moves to 3-1, a favorable hitter's count for Parker McDonald, the righty, facing the lefty on the mound, who winds and fires. A pitch down the middle. McDonald that time wanted to start walking to first, but no going.
He's reached base twice already on a single and a walk. Scored the lone run.
The full count pitch is hit into the gap between short and third. That's an RBI single for Parker McDonald, who doesn't need the walk. Instead gets a productive hit, and the Rhythm take a 2-1 lead here in the top of the 5th inning.
The team leader in hits, now with 2 in this ball game.
Has really fixed his approach at the plate, made things a little bit easier, choked up on the bat, and has just taken what's been given to him. As Riley comes back home trying to bounce back, he finds strike 1 to get ahead on Joe Watkins, who has grounded into a fielder's choice, but has an RBI on a ground out in his second at-bat. A pitch low and inside makes the count 1-1.
6 foot, 195-pound rising senior at the University of Alabama at Birmingham. He's from Dothan, Alabama, the son of Joey and Stacy Watkins.
As another pitch this time does catch the zone. Count moves to 1-2 on Watkins, who gets a practice swing in, steps back into the box, and gets ready from the pitch from the lefty, who comes home, and it's a AAA auto glass foul ball. Caught with one hand by Jacob Tobias off the netting.
He's a pure athlete.
And again, he's playing left today, but can really play anywhere in that outfield. Covers the ground and has a great feel for reaction off the bat. The pitch is fouled high and out of play to the right side. Going to land over in some empty stands. Got a fairly empty crowd
Slow
tonight.
down, don't fall down. That was a dangerous walk
boy.
over the top of some aluminum seating down the right field line by that young lady. She wanted that baseball and got it.
Riley comes home with the pitch, and it's low and away for ball 2. And that just reminds me that Tim Reese doesn't know one of my funnier fail stories. I'll have to tell that on air sometime. Reminds me of falling down.
Oh.
Did not end well. The 2-2. A broken bat and a pop out. Nearly a double play, but the throw from the second baseman gets away, and McDonald is going to be able to advance on interference. So I'm going to break all of that down for you on what was a very hectic play. Joe Watkins. What do you got, Tim?
I was going to say, I think they ruled that the ball went out of play.
Oh,
is
that
what
would make
the
more
base
sense.
umpire is saying, is that it went out of play, but head coach.
Jimmy Gamboa wanted to point out the interference. It looked like Watkins broke the bat on the swing. The second baseman, Jackson Blemler, got over there, made the snag, tried to get out Brett Von Dolen, who was caught away from first base.
It's Parker McDonald.
Excuse me, Parker McDonald, who was on first. The throw was not on target, got away from Stan King at first, and then it looked like McDonald tripped over Stan King while trying to run to second. Nonetheless, McDonald stands on second with 1 out in the inning.
That should be the third error on the Rockibillys.
And this time a ball bounces in the dirt, and McDonald is going to advance as Matt Houston had no idea where that ball went. The catcher lost track of it when it was in air. He tried to turn around and face us here in the broadcast booth, but it was right in front of him.
The official score having a heck of a time keeping up with everything that's gone on here.
Today has been some strange baseball, but the Rhythm do lead 2-1. Infield in, and Jacob Tobias has a hefty cut. Misses. Count moves to 1-1. A big opportunity for Tobias. Anything hit hard on the ground up the middle could get through for a hit. Again, all 4 infielders playing right on the edge of the grass with 1 out in the inning. A strike down Main Street. No attempt from Tobias. Count moves to 1-2 with 1 out.
Official score right now is saying that Watkins lined out to second and Parker McDonald advanced to second. Well, you got to advance to second some way other than that line out. Oh, my goodness.
And a ball that was well outside is called a strikeout looking. That's the 3rd strikeout of the day for Jacob Tobias. 2 of them looking so far.
Going to be up to Von Dolen now to see if he can drive in McDonald, who's standing down at third base.
Von Dolen today has a hit and reached, came up inside, nearly hit him in the knee. He'll reset, step back in the batter's box, and Riley remains on the mound with the glove up high near his face. He winds and fires a pitch outside for ball 2.
Von Dolen has hit 2 smoke jobs to the right side of the infield, single in the second inning. It got through between first and second baseman, and the line shot got off the glove of Stan King, and he's going to go to the right side again with a AAA auto glass foul ball. Oh, and the man in pink tried to make the play. Came up with a whiff.
So a runner on third, the Rhythm looking to extend their 2-1 lead. It's a lefty on righty matchup. The pitch from the lefty is hit on the ground to the third baseman, who will have to make a good throw, and a good scoop from Stan King will retire the side as Brett Von Dolen is unable to drive in a run. However, the Rhythm are able to get on the board after Joey Parliament led off the inning with a triple and scored on an RBI single from Parker McDonald. So the Rhythm lead 2-1. We're going to keep it right here and take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard before we go to the bottom of the 5th, where Zane Brown will remain on the hill for the Rhythm. And I'm going to refresh my scoreboard here, but as of right now, in the bottom of the 5th inning, the DuBois County Bombers are up 6-0 against the Lafayette Aviators in Lafayette. The Thrillville Thrillbillys are one of the hottest teams in the Prospect League right now. They lead 11-3 against the Chillicothe Paints, who also have a solid start to the season. The Danville Dans are in the bottom of the 3rd, leading the Johnstown Mill Rats 6-4. The Cape Catfish and Clinton Lumber Kings are tied at 0. The Burlington Bees have a early 3-0 lead in the top of the 5th against the Corn Belters. The Alton River Dragons have a 2-0 lead over the O'Fallon Hoots in the bottom of the 5th. And the Springfield Lucky Horseshoes, who have had a really rough start to the season, trail 1-0 at the Illinois Valley Pistol Shrimps. And of course, right here, the scoreboard reads 1-1, but we know that's not live, as it is 2-1 Rhythm against the Rockibillys. The Full Count Rhythm come into this game at a 7-13 record. The Rockibillys 13-6. And yet, the Rhythm have 11 home runs on the season to the Rockibillys' 6 home runs. And I believe Tim looked at it earlier. The Rhythm have a higher batting average and a better ERA than the Rockibillys, but the records have not reflected that. Zane Brown finds that ever so mysterious outside corner for strike 1 against Caden Contant for the first at-bat here in the bottom of the 5th. A slider misses outside to make the count 1-1.
Rockibillys have 6 home runs on the season, 3 of them by Stan King, 1 by Matt Houston, 1 by Dalton Rudd, and I believe 1 by Jackson Bryan. Not sure how many of them were hit here, though, or how many hit on the road.
Zane Brown has retired 11 straight batters, misses up top to make the count 2-1, and it feels like so far on the season for Brown, settling in early in the game has been a huge thing that has allowed him to rack up strikeout numbers as a competitive pitch right on the top of the zone is called for strike 2 to make the count 3-2. It's a Full Count Ministries full count as Brown sends one to the plate, and it gets sent right back over the head of Aiden Gibson, and I mean just over the head of Aiden Gibson, maybe 2 or 3 inches above the glove. But nonetheless, it's a base knock for Caden Contant to start the inning, and that snaps the streak that Brown had going on the mound.
He had retired 11 straight batters. Last base runner was Stan King with 1 out in the 1st inning.
So I'll bring up Will Bowen, the right fielder who flew out to left in his first at-bat. Looks at a pitch high for a ball. And Will Bowen, a lefty, sophomore who spent his last season at College of San Mateo. He's 6 foot, 180 pounds. Zane Brown checked over on the runner at first, and now he's getting ready to come home with the 1-0. Ripped on a line to right field, and Andrew Hunt will scoop it up and throw to third. The throw is on time, and how about Andrew Hunt picking up and out all the way from right field? Makes the longest throw on the field and gets an out. It bounced on one hop to Parker McDonald, and there was no shot that Caden Contant could even try to slide under the tag. And a huge first out for the Rhythm will have 1 runner on first, reaching on a fielder's choice.
What a throw by Andrew Hunt.
Jackson Bryan fouls off the first pitch he sees back over the netting.
1 hop right on the bag for Parker McDonald. All he had to do was just collect it and make the tag. A nice assist by Andrew.
A hefty swing and a miss from Jackson Bryan to fall behind in the count, 0-2. Brown plants that back leg on the rubber and gets set. Winds and fires. Gets the swing and a miss. That tempo on the off-speed pitch was completely not what Jackson Bryan was expecting. And that is the fourth strikeout of the day for Zane Brown. And that is a roof store strikeout from Zane Brown to bring up Gunnar Bingham, who flew out to center field in his first at-bat. Comes up with 2 outs and a runner on first. The Rockibillys trail 2-1, and a quick pickoff move from Zane Brown. Nothing going on at first. Andrew Hunt just made a phenomenal play in right field as another check over on Will Bowen is unsuccessful. Hunt fielded it on a couple of hops and threw a strike to third base. A pitch high and outside catches the corner for strike one to Gunnar Bingham, who had to watch 2 pickoff moves before he was delivered the first pitch he sees in this at-bat. Bingham, a sophomore from Murray State. And he rolls over, hits one to the Rhythm dugout. Foul ball, AAA auto glass foul ball, makes it a 0-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Rockibillys are 13th in the 18-team Prospect League in stolen bases with 40 coming into tonight's game.
A non-competitive pitch misses way high and outside for a ball.
Full Count is right behind them in 14th place with 34 stolen bases. We've got on our scorecard a couple stolen bases for the Rhythm tonight.
Runner takes off, and no throw attempt is needed. How about a backwards K from Zane Brown, who works his way out of trouble with some help from his friends in the outfield and ends the inning on back-to-back strikeouts. So after all of that, it's no runs off of 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll be right back for the top of the 6th inning. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Full Count Rhythm Baseball.
Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram knocks it out of the park with Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, all new vehicles come with a Rhythm exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles, no additional charge. That's a home run. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram in Madison, just 10 minutes north of Nashville.
If you've got a dream, then we've got you covered. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram is like no other.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to the broadcast booth here in Jackson, Tennessee. I'm Max Keller alongside Tim Reese. The Rhythm lead this ball game 2-1 as we get set here for the top of the 6th inning of play, and we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Rockibillys.
Number 23, Cole Evans, a right-hander out of East Central College, hometown Lake St. Louis, Missouri. 6'1", 190-pound rising sophomore, is on in relief of Matt Riley. Cole Evans with 4 appearances. This is his first as a relief pitcher. He's thrown 9 1/3 innings, and he has been roughed up. 17 hits, 24 runs, 20 earned, 14 walks, 10 strikeouts in those 9 1/3 innings. And he has plunked 5 batters as a 19.29 ERA.
Looking to bring that ERA down. Coming out of the bullpen, Evans with his first pitch home finds the bottom of the zone for a strike. Into the box is Riley Black, who has walked and reached on a fielder's choice so far today. It's going to be a righty on lefty matchup as Evans has the glove at the belt and fires home a ball high and outside. The Rockibillys ball boy will quickly hustle from the left side to the right side behind home plate. Another pitch on the outside catches the zone for a strike. Makes the count 1-2. Now Riley Black will have to protect with 2 strikes on him, and he swings and misses at an off-speed pitch. Black thought he was getting some speed, and instead pulled the string out from underneath him. Was Evans getting his first strikeout in his first batter he faces out of the bullpen.
Well, Black had a swing at a ball that was way outside because of where home plate umpire's been calling these pitches, so he just got a piece of it, but it went right into the glove of Matt Houston.
Andrew Hunt now comes into the batter's box after making a phenomenal play in right field as Shirley Ann Hunt checks in to root on Andrew in the rhythm. It's a righty-on-righty matchup. Andrew nearly gets hit in the chest, but instead will step back into the box and get ready for the 2-0 pitch with nobody on and 1 out. Rhythm leading 2-1. That pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. As Evans looks to crawl back into the count. He kicks and deals. Finds that inside corner to even it up at 2-2. Hunt adjusts the jersey. He's going to have to battle here against the righty on the hill, who comes home with the pitch. Hunt flies one into left field. Should be fairly routine, and it is, for Ethan Rosso, who puts a squeeze on it for the the second out of the inning, excuse me. And that will bring up Jackson Cawthron.
I just got the ruling on the play where Parker McDonald went to second base after the line out by Joe Watkins. Texted down to the dugout, and Josh Carmen said that it was ruled obstruction by the first baseman, not a ball out of play.
Cawthron, first pitch swinging, pokes one opposite field between the shortstop and third baseman for a single with 2 outs in the inning.
It's good to see Jackson Cawthron getting hot here. He has been struggling at the plate, son of Josh and Charlie Cawthron, and a third-year player for Full Count Rhythm.
Gibson comes back up. He has a strikeout and a line out on the day, but he's looking for a 2-out rally against Cole Evans, the second pitcher we've seen from the Rockibillys tonight. The first pitch from Evans to Gibson is high for a ball as Matt Houston adjusts his equipment behind home plate as the catcher. We're set for the 1-0. This time, Evans able to bring it down a couple inches and find the top of the zone for a strike. So far on the day, Gibson has hit the ball pretty hard in that lineout, but has to foul off a pitch there to keep this at bat going, and feels like he has adjusted from the backwards strikeout in the second inning on a pitch right down the middle, but was eager to swing and hit one off the sweet spot of the bat in the 4th. Here he is in the 6th inning in a 2-1 ball game with 2 outs and a runner on first. Chases a pitch way out of the zone for his second strikeout of the day, and the second strikeout in the inning from Cole Evans, who comes on for relief. So we will head to the bottom of the 6th inning right here for more full count rhythm baseball. That's Zane Brown heading back onto the hill for the Rhythm. Don't go anywhere. We got more action for you.
You might get to nap, but your money doesn't. Like right now. At Volunteer State Bank, it's working hard day and night, earning 4.5% APY. Playtime, drive time, anytime. You could be out with friends or on vacation, but your money, it doesn't take a break. You've worked hard for it. Now let it work hard for you. Open a free Kasasa Cash checking account today and earn 4.5 annual percentage yield if qualifications are met on balances up to $15,000.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
We're back here at Jukebox Stadium in Jackson, Tennessee. The Rockibillys officially calling it Rockibillys Stadium up there on the scoreboard gets its nickname, and Zane Brown deserves the nickname. Well, we'll come up with a good one. I don't want to rush that.
You got out ahead of your skis on that one. I was going to say, I want to know what that nickname was that you were getting ready. How about Fly Out Brown?
Fly Out Brown generates one.
Oh.
That's going to be a double off the bat of Ethan Rossow, and Joe Watkins never saw that ball cleanly in center field. It was a routine fly out waiting to happen. Watkins didn't see it, kind of gave the universal sign of not being able to see the ball, and it lands about 5 feet to his right. That could have been some odd stadium lighting. We pretty much have no sun left, a gorgeous sunset to my left, but that's going to be...
That's tough luck right there.
A tough start for Zane Brown, who really did everything he needed to do. Well, the righty comes back with a first pitch strike to Jackson Belmer in the form of a foul ball.
Catch by a fan over here right at the mezzanine level. See if they got that on the PLTV. Another AAA auto glass foul ball. That's 16 off the bat of Rockabilly batters.
Blemler, a junior this past season from University of Illinois Springfield. Looks at ball one, makes the count 1-1 with nobody out. If you're just tuning in, the Rhythm started this game down 1-0 and have crawled back to a 2-1 lead that they hold right now in the bottom of the 6th. Brown fires home and gets another AAA auto glass foul ball that gets out of play. Bounces off of the deck over there on the third baseline. And Tim Reese is going to be working overtime, counting all the foul balls we got today.
Got to take my shoes off now. We're way past the 15 digits I have on my fingers. 7 on one hand, 8 on the other.
Oh, I just got that. I got that one.
Going to get me a nickname, right? Old 15 Fingers Reese.
Zane Brown throws over to check on the runner at second.
That was a non-competitive pickoff move. What do you think?
I think so, too. Watching, again, like Tim mentioned earlier, I was watching a lot of college baseball, and they actually called a balk on a pitcher making that move because they said he started forward and then came back around. They got to be careful, but that tends to be what a pitcher does just to avoid a balk, making sure they fully turn around, kind of toss the ball in the air to the middle infielder to check on the runner, and I put the check in quotation marks.
Well, you're allowed one disengagement per batter, so if he steps off the rubber and does not throw to second, it's not going to be a balk there, but if he does it twice, it'll be a ball.
A ground ball to second base, smoothly fielded by Parliament, and a close play at first, but it is an out, and an important out in the inning to set things straight for the Rhythm, who allowed a fluke double to start the inning. So Stan King comes up, the first baseman for the Rockibillys. 1 out and a runner on third. A huge opportunity to tie this ball game. And if you're a King, you have to make sure your approach is methodical here. Try to get anything into the outfield. A first pitch ball from Zane Brown. Misses on the outside.
The infield is halfway in. This is kind of an odd defensive positioning. Shortstop and second baseman playing. They're not back and they're not all the way up. First baseman is on the grass as AAA auto glass foul ball gets into the second level. Down at third base, Parker McDonald is playing probably in his regular third base position. Outfield playing straight away for Stan King, who has 3 long balls and 9 RBIs on the season.
Brown comes home and finds that inside corner for a strike. Not to the liking of Stan King.
King staying in a host home, and his host home mother chimed in on one of the broadcasts. Our home broadcast, I believe she sent an email. Actually, she was very nice. I'm sure she's here at the ballpark, not listening in, but I can't remember her name.
King looks at a ball in the dirt for ball 2, and Zane Brown had 11 straight retired batters at one point in this ball game. He has 5 strikeouts on the day, trying to keep that ERA down, and he's just been everything the Rhythm have needed on the mound so far this season. He gets set and fires home.
He went.
And they're going to call a swinging strikeout on Stan King for the second out of the inning. That is a roof store strikeout.
6 on the night for Zane Brown here in the 6th inning. A big strikeout right there. That'll move the infield back as time is called. Jordan Deuel's going to come out of the Rhythm dugout and have a chat as Merritt Carter comes to the plate. Merritt Carter's a very good hitter for the Rockibillys, hitting .328. He's played in now 18 of the 20 games for Jackson, so he's penciled in there pretty regular. Leads the team in official at-bats with 58. Came in with 19 hits, which led the team. Also 8 doubles on the season, which at one point in time, a week ago, he had 8 doubles, and I think that led Prospect League in that category. But Jordan Deuel just probably going over who would you like to face, but there is some activity down in the Rhythm bullpen. So but I think that if Zane Brown gets out of this inning, let's see how many pitches he's thrown.
Jacob Newman is the one warming up for the Rhythm in the bullpen, although he's not fully warming up, just getting some stretching in.
They're not showing us the pitch count on PLTV. It's just below. Let's see if we've got it. Do we have it on ours? We should.
Carter in the box with 2 outs and a runner on third. Looks at a first pitch breaking ball down the middle from Zane Brown, who struck out the last batter, a dangerous power hitter in Stan King. Now he faces the 4-hole hitter Merritt Carter in this 2-1 ball game. It's a righty on lefty matchup. Brown nearly hits Carter, but a little bit of a Michael Jackson hee-hee move to get out of the way by Merritt Carter.
I wasn't expecting that one. Max. 72-ish pitches for Zane Brown.
Carter
Nice.
whiffs at one, and I mean, ended up with only one hand on the bat when it was all said and done to move the count to 1-2.
Merritt Carter's from Shelbyville, Tennessee. I believe he went to Rockvale High School. I think that's right. He might be in a transfer portal now. Gonna get
Carter gets rung up on a backwards K that
wasn't even close.
Does not leave him asking the home plate umpire for directions, but nonetheless, that will be the end of the 6th inning. Another roof store strikeout for Zane Brown. That one looking 7 strikeouts on the day for what could be the end of Zane Brown. We'll have to see. And you'll have to stick around to find out what happens for the rest of this ball game. Rhythm lead 2-1. Come back for some Timmy Reese on the other side of this break.
Is your home showing symptoms of foundation issues? Your home's wet basement, dingy crawl space, musty smells, cracked walls, or unlevel concrete shouldn't be ignored. Helitech can help. Life happens in your home. You and your family deserve the best. Helitech offers proven solutions in waterproofing, drainage, concrete leveling, and foundation repair services. Contact us for a free inspection at helitechonline.com.
When the water's high, we'll keep your basement dry. Heal your home with Helitech.
Tim Reese and Max Keller back for the final 3 innings of tonight's ball game. 2-1 is the score, and the good guys are on the right side of this one as Zane Brown has just struck out 2 straight with a runner at third base to get out of the jam. A bloop double that Joe Watkins could not find. It would have been a fly out to center field. Would have been another 1-2-3 inning for Zane Brown, but Watkins had trouble finding that one in the night sky with the lights here at Rockibillys Stadium. They call it the jukebox. Just like up in Fulton, Kentucky in the Ohio Valley League, the Fulton Railroaders, their stadium's Low House Field, but they call it the Yard. Down in Nicaragua during one of our mission trips, there was a field down there that was called La Yarda, which is the yard in Spanish. And it was a very interesting place to play a baseball game or watch a baseball game, as I probably did back then.
I got to see Sam Kirkpatrick's story on Instagram right now. Got to see what some of the fields he's been playing on looks like, and I think they had a cow watching one of their baseball games the other day.
There's livestock on the field as we start the top of the 7th inning. Joey Parliament swings at the first pitch and misses, as now Matt Houston's going to go out and have a chat with Cole Evans, who's back out for his 2nd inning of work. He gave up 1 hit in 4 batters in the top of the 6th. Not sure if they're going over some signs or that's the only thing I can think of. But Joey Parliament is 1 for 3 tonight. He had a triple in the 5th. He plugged the gap out in right center field. Gunnar Bingham and Will Bowen could not combine to keep that one from rolling all the way to the wall. As I said, 392 to dead center, but those corners in left center and right center are every bit as deep, maybe even farther away from home plate. He slid into third without a throw. 0-1 pitch bounces to the plate. Takes a carom off of Matt Houston and clinks over to Joey Parliament, but by that time that breaking pitch had lost its steam.
It's really hard not to see Jose Altuve a little bit when you watch Joey Parliament play. Kind of a shorter second baseman with a lot of pop in the bat and a really skilled hitter who can spray baseballs anywhere on the field.
5'8", 175. He's played 5 years of college baseball, 3 at Columbia State, 2 at Trevecca, and 1 more to go with the COVID year. 2-1 misses down low, and Parliament looking at a 3-ball, 1-strike count with Parker McDonald on deck. Parliament had 16 home runs for Trevecca this past year, who they won their conference tournament As breaking pitch must have been down, and Parliament's going to take the free pass. That's the first walk of the ball game for Cole Evans in his first appearance in relief. He has been knocked around a good bit here in his 9 1/3 innings of work. But seems to be in control here other than that 3-1 walk. McDonald has reached base all 3 times he's been to the plate. He looks at a pitch down. He singled in the first inning, gunned down at the plate by Merritt Carter, the shortstop, on what we used to call a double steal. Walked and scored in the third, and he has to move the moneymaker out of the way of that high inside fastball. Walked, stole second, was balked to third, and scored on a ground out by Joe Watkins. Then in the first, he also had an eventful stroll around the bases as he was on at first base after an RBI single and has to back away again as Evans is working the inside of the plate on Parker McDonald after reaching on the single to left field. After a line out by Joe Watkins, a throw by Jackson Blemler to first base got by Stan King, and it was ruled that he was obstructed as he was going to second base. McDonald was halfway backing out of the box on that next pitch. He gets in there for a called strike. That count now is 3 balls and 1 strike.
Only difference between him and me was that was a 3-0 count. I used to do that with 2 strikes.
See, Parliament does not go, and there's another pitch that sails over the head of Parker McDonald. So back-to-back walks by Cole Evans. Let's see how long the leash is as Augie Gallardo is going to come out of the Rockibillys dugout while another right-hander gets loose in the bullpen. Gallardo is the pitching coach for Jackson.
And I mean, from this angle, you couldn't tell me that's not Tony Vitello walking.
I'm telling you.
That is the same exact haircut and beard. About the same height.
I need the lobby to get numbers put on the front of the jerseys as well as the back.
That would be really helpful.
And again, the Rockabillys are wearing their home whites, tops and bottoms. The script Rockabilly across the front, but their numbers on the back, a little bit difficult to read. It looks like they're white or a little bit of blue in there with some white trim. And that's a double-digit number down in the bullpen. Might be a number 12, which could be Nathaniel Helton or Nathan or Nate, or maybe he's called Pedro. Like our Pedro pulled in. His name is Nathaniel.
You would have no guess. If somebody gave you 2 or even 3 guesses to guess what Nathaniel goes by, and it's not Nate, are you getting to Pedro? I don't think so.
You're not going to get to Pedro that way. But how do you get to Bill from William as he squares around a bunt and Joe Watkins saw his life flash before his eyes as that ball was right at his face. I don't think he was actually bunting right there to sacrifice at the last second. I think he was bunting to keep the ball off his face. But that is a AAA autoglass foul ball. It might have needed to be a Tabor Dental foul ball as Watkins might have had to go see the Tabors. Probably Jason. Not Mary Beth. She handles little kids. 0-1. He pulls the bat back as he squares around to bunt again with Stan King charging from first base. And it's ball 1 high and inside. Watkins 0 for 3, but he has an RBI in the ball game. Grounded out to allow Parker McDonald to score in the third. Squares again, and the breaking pitch is inside, and ball 2.
And right now, the rhythm hitters are getting crowded by Evans on the mound, who cannot find the zone. Walked the first 2 batters of this inning.
2-1 pitch, not squaring that time, but Watkins has to spin away from a hit by pitch. Count goes 3 balls and a strike. On deck, Jacob Tobias. Let's see. They will leave him in there. He's got 3 strikeouts. There has been precedent set previously this year when somebody's struggling that bad to go ahead and pinch hit. Squares to bunt and takes ball 4. That's 3 straight. Free passes given up by Cole Evans. And that's one of those, throw the ball over the plate, they want to give you an out. And they're going to leave Evans in the ball game, and the Rhythm going to leave. No, they're not going to leave Evans in the ball game. Gallardo's back out of the dugout, and this will mean the end of the night for Cole Evans. So we'll have a pitching change for Jackson Rockibillys with the Rhythm leading 2-1 here in the top of the 7th inning. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression, and IV therapy. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to Absolute Wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Pitching change for the Rockibillys, number 12, Nathaniel Helton, 6 foot, 175 pound, rising junior from Palomar College, hometown Menifee, California. He's on for Cole Evans and is the third Rockabilly to toe the rubber tonight. I believe he has pitched against Full Count this year already. He is on for his 8th appearance, tied now with Jackson Lucas and Camden Krogan. All in relief, 9 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. He's walked 5, struck out 14. He's given up 2 big flies and plunked 2 batters, a 4.66 ERA, and he's going to come in to a bases-loaded, no-out jam. Cole Evans walked 3 straight here in the inning, and Evans ends up going 1+ innings, gives up 1 hit, no runs. But right now, those 3 runners on base are his responsibility, so he's hoping that Helton can strand 3 runners.
Tobias is going to stay in the game to hit here with bases loaded. He's not had the best day at the plate so far.
First pitch misses down low.
3 strikeouts, 2 of them looking. But this is a guy who can create loud contact, definitely has RBI potential here.
Another pitch low and inside, and Tobias should get something to hit here in the next pitch or two. Leads the squad with 12 RBIs. Second on the team is Andrew Hunt and Harrison Travis, who are tied with 10. Travis not in the lineup tonight, but available for pinch hit duties if needed. And there is Tobias, who was ready with that pitch. Fouls it onto the screen straight back. AAA autoglass foul ball is the ball dude waiting for it. He misses it, and it rolls over to Tobias. He'll pick it up and hand it over to the Rockabilly ball dude.
And he's just, Tobias, whether he's in the box, whether he's on deck, he's just been a magnet for some of those foul balls.
Looked like maybe there was a pickoff attempt on at second base. Merritt Carter ran towards second, but Helton did not realize or didn't get the memo. He delivered a pitch to the plate. It's outside the zone, and the count goes 3 balls and a strike. Nowhere to put Tobias. Nobody out, and there's a strike on the outside corner. We'll have a Full Count Ministries full count. Tobias has struck out 3 times, twice looking. He's going to have to be ready for anything that comes
his way.
He drives one. That'll get into right field for a base hit. Watkins had to hold up. 1 run will score, and here comes the second run. Jacob Tobias gets the job done. 2-run single gives the Rhythm a 4-1 lead. Those runs charged to Evans. Watkins had to hold up at first base to allow that baseball to get by him and into right field, so he ends up at second base. Nice strong throw by Will Bowen to third, but no chance Watkins was going to head over there. Brett Von Dolen stands in now with 2 runners on, nobody out. He swings at a slider outside, comes up empty.
And that's huge run insurance for the Rhythm, who have had 6 strong innings from Zane Brown and are going to have to decide what they do for the rest of the game as far as the bullpen.
And the runners go. Pitches in the dirt. No throw. Of a double steal by Joe Watkins and Jacob Tobias. Pitch down in the dirt, so 1 ball, 1 strike. Now, Watkins picks up his 6th stolen base of the year. Tobias gets his 4th. And now 2 runners in scoring position. Von Dolen's 1 for 3. Drives one to the Rockibillys dugout. Thankfully, there's some screening up there. That was probably about 105 off the bat. He was way out and ahead of that pitch that was inside.
Yeah, he was ready to turn and burn on that one.
Singled in the 2nd, reached on an error in the 4th, and grounded out in the 5th. Batting now here for the 4th time. Drives another one foul down over the little roof deck that we walked in coming into the park. So a couple back-to-back AAA autoglass foul balls. Have to remember to note those. I won't keep track too often. I just kind of want to see how many foul balls are hit during a ball game. Swing and a miss, and Von Dolen goes down swinging. There's the first out of the inning. First strikeout by Nathaniel Helton. He is averaging more than 1 per inning in his brief stint here with the Rockibillys. Watkins still at 3rd. Tobias still at 2nd. Riley Black stands in with the infield in. He looks at ball 1. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. He's looking for his first hit of the ball game. Swing and a miss. Black comes up empty.
Well, for the Rhythm hitters, you have to kind of adjust. You had Evans on the mound who was unable to find the zone, and now seems like out of the pen, Helton has started to warm up and find the zone.
Breaking pitch catches the outside corner, and Black watches it. Riley had a good year with Lee University in the spring, played in 44 games, started 36. Had 7 doubles, a triple, 9 home runs, 37 RBIs, hit .313 for the Flames. That ball's way outside. Did not have to make a decision there. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Riley Black. The catchers, first baseman. If you watch on social media on Full Count Rhythm, you're going to see that he played a game with the microphone on the other day. He's got a personality. 2-2 pitch is high and outside. We'll have a Full Count Ministries full count. Riley Black staying in the host home of Wilson and Anna Reese, my son and daughter-in-law. Hello to his parents, Scott and Sarah Black, brother Clay and sister Emmy, and a Grammy in Chattanooga and Pop and Mimi in Cleveland. He could not hold up on that breaking pitch. That would have been ball 4 inside, and goes down half swinging for back-to-back Ks by Nathaniel Helton as they play Let It Go. One of my favorite songs from Frozen.
Strong.
Now Andrew Hunt stands in, trying to drive in 2 more rhythm players. Been standing out there getting cold, which I highly doubt. Breaking pitch in there, taken for a strike. The automatic captioning on Facebook spelled my last name wrong. Spelled it with an S. Spelled with a C, folks. Swing and a miss. Hunt down. Eli, my grandson, watching on Facebook apparently says, hey, why can't we see Grandpa? Well, because that's Max Keller and the way we have the computer arranged. Can't see me. Hunt's going to go down looking on a pitch, 3 baseballs, 2.5 maybe outside, and that's another backward K in the book. Andrew has not been watching from our vantage point and seeing that you cannot let that ball go by. The Rhythm scored 2 on 1 hit. The big hit, single by Jacob Tobias drives in 2. There were no errors, 2 runners left on base. We are headed to the bottom of the 7th. We're going to keep it right here, and we're going to have our La Quinta Inn and Suites Alumni Spotlight. That is brought to you by, amazingly, La Quinta Inn and Suites, located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. They are the place where the visiting teams come in. I don't think Jackson this weekend's going to stay in town, but maybe they will. But if they do, they'll be staying at La Quinta Inn and Suites in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Tonight's Rhythm Alumni Spotlight is Brett Waringer, who was an incoming freshman when he was here last year for Full Count. He attended Georgetown University up in Washington, D.C. this past year, and he took a red shirt, came from Monroe, New Jersey, and he was planning on majoring in finance. He's the son of Jim and Danielle Waringer, and the brother to Brooke, and a grandson of Graham in Monroe, New Jersey. Stayed in the host home last year of Bob and Mary McCall. And his mentor was Steve Barrios, who is the mentor this year of Pedro Pulliam. Brett Waringer is our Rhythm Alumni Spotlight, brought to you by La Quinta Inn and Suites, located at 120 South Cartwright Court in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Wake up on the bright side, La Quinta Inn and Suites.
New pitcher on the mound for the Rhythm is Jacob Newman, a right-handed pitching junior from Samford University, a native of Birmingham, Alabama. 6'2", 205 pounds on the mound. And he comes in for relief after Zane Brown pitched 6 innings. And I'm going to have you confirm this, but I have 7 strikeouts to no walks out for Zane Brown in his start today for the Rhythm, which would be an incredibly impressive feat.
I got 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, which was earned, no walks for the 2nd game in a row, and 7 strikeouts. Did not hit a batter, and that is another quality start, and Zane Brown is in line for his 2nd victory. If the relief corps can get the job done, and right-hander Jacob Newman, who had a bout of illness, did not go on the recent trip, but has been a starting pitcher this year. And first pitch he delivers is delivered out to right field by Matt Houston for a leadoff base hit.
I mean, when Zane Brown gives you that type of outing as a starter, he's going to be up there right now on pace for the best pitcher that the Prospect League has seen this month. I mean, no doubt about it. He's got to be in that competition. And just the way he provides such a important start, not only whether it be the strikeouts or the amount of innings pitched, but just really makes it easier for the team. Pinch runner on for Matt Houston. I
think they said number 43, Caleb Hall, who's a recent add to the Rockibillys roster. He's from North Greenville University, hometown Dyersburg, Tennessee. Shows he's a right-handed pitcher, but he's gotten some at-bats at the plate. Spells Caleb with a K. There could be two. Ground ball to second. Flip to short. On to first base is high and over the head of Brett Von Dolen by Aiden Gibson. So Caden Contant will reach on the fielder's choice, and the Rhythm will only get one out on a tailor-made double play. Gibson looked like he rushed his throw to first base. Got a nice feed from Joey Parliament, but throw went over the head of Brett Von Dolen. So Caleb Hall's time on the base is very short. Now Will Bowen stands in. First pitch is down in the dirt. Throw down to second base will not be in time to get Contant. Cothran had that one leak a little bit toward the third base dugout. Believe it's going to be ruled a wild pitch. We'll check the official score. Next offering in there for a called strike count goes 1 ball, 1 strike.
Bowen has a fly out and reached on a fielder's choice so far.
Newman is the son of Jeff and Lauren Newman, staying in the host home of Dylan and Stephanie Doris. Dylan Doris is his mentor. Did not get the call there.
I mean, that's in the strike zone tonight of the home plate umpire.
So we found a baseball is 2.86 inches in circumference. So 3 of those on either side is a wide margin. So 17-inch plate turns into 34-inch. Newman's delivery is fouled off to the left side, a AAA Autoglass foul ball. That is the Dorises. The entire Doris family, I believe, is involved in AAA Autoglass. Pamela Campbell on Facebook says, great job, Zane Brown, as does Bob McCall, who also tells us a little bit about Brett Waringer. And he rings him up with a roof store strikeout. First of the ball game as Will Bowen goes down looking and rolls that head back, and he's continuing to talk to the home plate umpire. That's out number 2. Safe work call to the bullpen is Jacob Newman. Tonight's second pitcher on for the Rhythm. The Yanks won glove side. Jackson Benjamin is at the plate. He is 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts. Newman has now 3 relief appearances, does have 1 start, 6 innings of work, given up 8 hits, 13 runs, 12 were earned, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts. There's one drilled out to left field. Back goes to, and he's not going to be able to get that one. It'll clank off of the wall, and Jackson Bryant gets an RBI double. Drives in Caden Contant with the second run of the ball game.
And I think that Joey Parliament was caught off guard by how strong the throw was from Jacob Tobias. That ended up being a closer play at second than you might have thought, but I think Parliament thought Gibson might have cut the throw off, and then by the time it got to him, Parliament kind of nonchalantly shrugged over his shoulder to realize that the runner was still just about to reach second base.
First pitch swinging, Gunnar Bingham. He's going to put one into the Rockibillys bullpen down the left side for a AAA Autoglass foul ball. Tobias again had to run a long way as Bingham is a left-handed hitter, but goes opposite way a lot. Did fly out to center field in his first at-bat, struck out looking to end the 5th.
Pamela Campbell says, great job, Zane Brown.
Waringer playing for the Harris Harrisonburg Turks in Virginia. There's a ground ball to third. Runner is coming right at Parker McDonald, who just runs over and tags him. Thank you very much. Gunnar Bingham's going to officially reach on the fielder's choice, but Jackson Brown runs right into out number 3. So a base running miscue there. McDonald would have had a tough play as Bingham runs well, but they do score 1 on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner is left on base. We are through 7, and the Rhythm lead 4-2. You are listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
At Country Financial, we're more than just an office you may pass by as you drive through town. We're a part of your community and help support the programs that make our neighborhoods thrive. We take the time to get to know our clients. We know that every situation is unique, and our goal is to understand yours so that we can help you be confident about your financial security and your future. Call your local Country Financial representative, William Stiles, today at 615-824-7020 to talk about how we can help ensure the future you're dreaming of is something you can proudly own no matter what it looks like.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
New catcher in for Matt Houston, who was pinch run for in the bottom of the 7th. New catcher is Brian Dacre. Takes over behind the plate. He'll be calling the signs for Nathaniel Helton, who's still out on the mound for the Rockibillys. Jackson Carthron, as the PA announcer says, is going to step in. Jackson Carthron, also known as Jackson Cothran, is 2 for 3 tonight. He has a single to center and a single in the left field, along with a ground out. He looks at the first pitch that is somewhere in the outside of the plate area for a called strike.
Anything on the outside corner, pretty much got to swing at it if you want to not have it be called a strike looking.
Time's called as a ball gets, I guess, out of the full count.
I mean, that ball
bullpen
ended up way away from the bullpen.
Andrew Perry, local product here. His family still at the yard, down in the bullpen. Pitch is down in the dirt. Again, if you're just joining us, it is a natural surface here at Rockibillys Stadium in Jackson, Tennessee. It's real grass and real dirt out here on the playing surface. Cothran, a left-handed hitter, glad to see a right-handed pitcher. He could not, well, he did actually hold up on the breaking pitch, but it's called a strike as that 17-inch plate is.
It's now growing vertically as well.
26 inches at least. 1-2 count. Fastball is smoked to the screen in front of full count dugout. For another AAA autoglass foul ball. Again, wasn't going to be breaking any glass there, but with the players leaning over the protective railing and fencing, might have rearranged some teeth. Breaking pitch misses down in the dirt, blocked by Dacre. D-A-K-E-R is how Brian's family spells the name. I-40 out in left center and center field. Right here is the Rockibillys Stadium right on the interstate. Another pitch down inside by Cothran's feet. Count will go full. Full Count Ministries full count.
A clear night sky on a night where the Rhythm started the game trailing 1-0 and bounced back, getting a 4-1 lead. Zane Brown had another phenomenal outing on the mound for the Rhythm.
Full count pitch. Cothran could not hold up, says the home plate umpire, and he did not go all the way through as that ball was in the dirt, but that is 4 straight strikeouts by Helton after he gave up the bases-loaded single to Tobias.
Any relation to Todd Helton? Probably not.
Aiden Gibson stands in. He's 0 for 3. Couple strikeouts and a line out to left field. Number 9 hole hitter as Dacre has to backhand pitch in the dirt.
I think it's a pinch hitter. It's going to be Harrison Travis.
Oh, it is? Okay, I'm hearing
I was looking at Harrison Travis, and I thought he looked a little different than Aiden Gibson. Just a little bit bigger.
Well, 2 Carson Newman guys. They are roommates over at Jimmy and Linda Edwards' house. Is Harrison Travis now 23 and 2 days. Had his birthday a couple days ago. He had a big 3-run home run up at Lafayette, Indiana. He's pinch hitting here in the top of the 8th. And looks at a called strike, and he gets a taste of what everybody else has been looking at.
Our mystery man behind home plate.
1 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss. Travis comes up empty. Playing in game number 11, hitting .294. His 10 hits include 5 doubles and 2 home runs. He's got 10 RBIs. He hits a slow roller to short. Carter charges, gloves, and throws onto first base for out number 2. First Rhythm batter to get a bat on a ball since Jacob Tobias. That'll bring Joey Parliament to the plate. I would assume that Parker McDonald would slide over to shortstop, and I'm guessing Brett Von Dolan goes to third and Harrison Travis goes in at first base, unless they want to make some other moves defensively. Parliament, 1 for 3, scored 2 runs, has a triple, and reached on a walk in the 7th. Facing Nathaniel Helton, who's getting a lot of check swings on the Rhythm batters, and gets one there. It's called a strike. Not sure if it was on the swing or the pitch.
And that's a good indicator that there's a lot of late break on the movement that Helton throws out of that righty arm slot.
That one was way outside. No chance our home plate umpire could have called that a strike. It hit the dirt.
That's usually the one thing that does prevent the umpire from calling a strike.
Parliament, the son of Kim Judd. He's got a brother, Bobby. He's going to be trying. He's going to be. And there's a no pitch as Helton comes off. Oh, they call that a ball. I guess it is a balk. I thought it wasn't a balk when there wasn't a runner on base. But he came off, and apparently his footing was not what he wanted and did not deliver the pitch as his motion brought him forward, and it is called a ball. So the next offering, though, was swung on and missed by Parliament. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and nobody on. Parker McDonald stands on deck. He's not going to get an at-bat here. Ball's dropped. Throw down to first base by Dacre will finalize the out, but that is the 5th strikeout of his 6 outs. Helton has recorded 5 of them via the strikeout.
His strikeouts per 9 number is going to be pretty strong after this outing.
Yeah. 4-2 the Rhythm lead as we will go to the bottom of the 8th. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Kasasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions right here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Safeware call to the bullpen for the Rhythm. The third pitcher on for head coach Josh Carman is Morgan Davis out of University of Louisville. He's in the transfer portal. He's 6'5", 225 pounds from Bedford, New York. Bioengineering major, son of Christopher and Andrea Davis. He's the brother of Olivia and Henry Davis. As Papa, his grandfather somewhere. I still need to get from Morgan where his grandpa, he calls Papa, is located. He is on in relief of Jacob Newman, who goes 1 inning, gives up 2 hits, 1 run, which was earned, did not walk a batter, struck out 1, and gives way to Morgan Davis.
Speaking of Michael Jackson, we got a little Michael Jackson over the PA system. The Rhythm were able to put together some runs in the middle inning to support Zane Brown on the mound, and you start handing it one pitcher after the other to the finish line. It's kind of a relay race, and let's see if the Rhythm can win back-to-back games.
They've had trouble holding leads late into the game. Let's see what Morgan Davis can do with the top of the lineup. Ethan Rossow, Jackson Blemler, and Stan King due up, and he gets the first pitch in there for a called strike. Rossow is 2 for 3. He got a gift double in the 6th inning as he hit a fly ball out to Joe Watkins, who could not see off the bat where that ball was, and it landed about 15 yards to his left. Count now goes to a ball and a strike. Rossow had an infield single in the 1st inning. Umpire's probably telling Davis to move the rosin bag back behind the top of the pitcher's mound, and that's exactly what Morgan does. Delivers a strike in there to bring the count a ball and 2 strikes.
Great framing behind the plate from Jackson Cawthorn.
Not sure if you really need to frame much. 1-2 pitch coming to the left fielder for Jackson. He ducks out of the way of that pitch high and inside. Rossow from Gardner-Webb University, hometown New Lenox, Illinois, slices one foul into the stands. Appears no one was injured by that line drive foul ball. And AAA Autoglass foul ball, number 21 of the ball game for the Rockibillys. Not keeping track of them individually as to who fouls off the most. 2-2 pitch. That's a fly ball out to center field. Looks like Watkins is tracking, and he gloves it for out number 1.
Makes up for the mistake earlier in the game that allowed for a double, and you know that's going to boost the confidence out there in center for Joe Watkins.
Week number 2 of the mission trips are ending this week. Aaron Hash, Sam Kirkpatrick, Jonas Smithson, Logan Harrell will be back on, I think, tomorrow night. And probably available for Sunday's game as the first pitch to Blemler, Mrs. Lowen inside. So, of course, Aaron Hash, Wyatt Fuchs. I knew there were 2 players. Wyatt Fuchs and Aaron Hash are currently on the Rhythm roster. The next pitch is grounded 3 hops to Parliament, has to back up, gloves in, throws over to Harrison Travis, who has in fact taken over at first base as Brett Von Dolan. Let me check the binos. I don't need to. Number 14's now roaming over at third base, so Parker McDonald has gone to shortstop. Now 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Stan King steps in, left-handed hitter against the right-handed 6'5" Morgan. Don't call me Mason Davis. I don't know how it got on the Prospect League or Presto Sports as Mason Davis, but that's what it shows, and that's how he's introduced by the public address announcer everywhere we go, except at Drakes Creek Park, because Mark McDaniel, he's done his homework. But I did tell Alexander Bitterling, the Rockibillys broadcaster, that his name was, in fact, Morgan, as he delivers a strike in there for the 1-1 count to Stan King. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the 8th. Rhythm lead 4-2. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. I don't know if Davis thought that was strike 3 or not. He started walking toward the dugout, but quickly turned around, so saved face. Stan King singled in the first, popped out to third in foul territory in the 4th, struck out swinging in the 6th, one of Zane Brown's 7 Ks. Popped up over to third base. Brett Von Dolan with the regular fielder's mitt makes the catch for a 1-2-3 inning for Morgan Davis. That is his, I think that's his 3rd appearance. It is his 3rd appearance with the Rhythm. He had 2 appearances with the Danville Dans earlier, and he has a successful 8th inning. We'll see if he comes back out for the 9th. Rhythm are wanting to get some insurance runs here in the top of the 9th. We'll see how they do as they send 2, 3, and 4 to the plate. Thanks for joining us. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram knocks it out of the park with Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, all new vehicles come with a Rhythm exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles, no additional charge. That's a home run. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram in Madison, just 10 minutes north of Nashville.
If you've got a dream, then we've got you covered. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram is like no other.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese and Max Keller back for the 9th inning of tonight's ball game. Game number 21 of the season for Full Count, as the Rockibillys in game number 20 bring on a new pitcher, number 18, Camden Krogan. 6'6", 195-pound rising sophomore from Danville, California. He attends Pepperdine University out in California. I'm hearing the public address announcer, but I'm not catching exactly what he's saying. Thought he gave a different name there. But number 18 on the list, I have Camden Krogan. It'll be his 8th appearance of the year. He's got 11 innings under his belt, 14 hits, 13 runs. They were earned. Walked 7, struck out 10.
I believe it's going to be Kobe Rogers, number 13.
It's not 18?
I mean,
I thought he said Rogers.
I think I just saw a 3 on the second time around. I mean, I tell you what, these are some of the hardest fonts I've ever seen to read.
Well, I won't put it in the book here. We'll see what they put up on the official score. As number 13 would be Kobe Rogers. First pitch that the right-hander delivers to Parker McDonald is outside for ball 1. And that's hard to do tonight because that one is right down the can. They do have C. Rogers to pitch for in Hilton. So that's going to be number 13 instead of 18. So I take back everything I said about Krogan.
I can tell you a little bit about Kobe Rogers.
Come on, bring it.
Well, he's about to get set and fire home. This is low and away in the dirt. He's a right-handed pitcher. How about 6'5", 215 pounds? Got a basketball build out there. Emporia State University is where he spent his last year of collegiate baseball. He's a native of St. Louis, Missouri.
That's smack dab in the middle of the Prospect League, isn't it? Swing and a miss by Parker McDonald. He's down on strikes.
And all of a sudden, the Full Count Rhythm have a strikeout bug running through the dugout.
That is 2, 4, 6 of the last 7 batters that have gone down on strikes. Joe Watkins stands in. He's 0 for 3 and a walk. He looks at a pitch that misses the zone somehow.
Must have been just up.
Rhythm trying to take their second victory over the Rockibillys this year as that pitch misses low and outside. 1-3 against Jackson. Lost game 1 of the year, 13-5 right here at Rockabilly Stadium. Watkins sees that one catch the corner. Lost game 2 up at Drake's Creek, 11-10, as Jackson scored 2 in the top of the 9th to get a come-from-behind win there. There's another pitch right down the can that Joe Watkins takes for a strike. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rhythm finally got their first win at Drake's Creek Park back on June 13th, 12-8 over Jackson. But then the next night came down here as a AAA Autoglass foul ball. Just gets over and, catches this man down and low to our right in the back of the head on the ricochet. Looks like he's okay. As Jackson defeated Full Count 5-2 on June 14th, just a week ago tonight. Anchor Transportation 2 for the Showdown Series all year long as Anchor Transportation transports both of these teams throughout the season. 2-2 pitch is fouled down the first base line. Another AAA Autoglass foul ball, 25 in the ball game for the Rhythm. So right at 46. We had 47 unofficially in yesterday's contest up at DuBois County. It was Johnny Cash night, and Johnny Cash was delivering cash to the patrons at League Stadium. Ball 3, low and outside. We'll have a Full Count Ministries full count.
Haven't had many of those today, now that I think about it.
We have not had a lot of full count. We'll have a Full Count Ministries verse of the game here probably in between these 2 innings, or this half inning. 3-2 pitch is a full count. First pitch foul ball off the bat of Joe Watkins, center fielder tonight. He's got an RBI and a couple stolen bases, at least on my sheet. I don't think they gave him a stolen base for whatever reason.
He just advanced.
When he advanced, but he got picked off at first, but he ran to second and was safe. So that's a stolen base as far as I know. Unless there's some oddity there that Ken Stegall, our official scorer, is going to have to tell us. That Watkins works a walk from Kobe Rogers, who is the 4th pitcher on for Jackson tonight. Matt Riley started, went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs. Walked 2, struck out 5. Cole Evans came in and threw 1+ innings, gave up 1 hit, 2 runs. Walked 3, struck out 2. Nathaniel Helton had excellent 2 innings of work. Did give up a base hit to this man right here, Jacob Tobias, with bases loaded, who steps to the plate now with the big hit in the ball game. Right now it's the game winner, and he looks at a called strike. I'm going to have to name a Frosted Luau player of the game. Right now, it looking like Zane Brown again. Have been going with hitters here late. Let's see if Watkins is off of this pitch. He is. Pitch is a called strike. Throw down to second base is not in time. Watkins picks up another stolen base as a pitch was way wide of the plate. Called a strike, though. And Tobias down in the count, 0-2 with 1 out and a runner in scoring position. Tobias has a big fly, or 2 home runs. He's got 1 of them right here in this ballpark. And he drives 1 into shallow right center field, and that's going to get down. Watkins had to hold up in center, or hold up at second base to see if that was going to be caught, but off the end of the bat as Tobias gets back-to-back hits, dumps 1 into right center field. Runners at the corners, brought to you by CrossFit Hendersonville. Thanks to the McDuffie tandem of Ryan and Lindsay for their support of Full Count Rhythm Baseball. And, of course, Ryan McDuffie is one of the original members who started Full Count Ministries, as Brian Dacre will go out and have a chat with Kobe Rogers out on the mound as time has been called. CrossFit Hendersonville, located over on Jessica Lauren Court, just right down from Framework Athletics. Not sure how long they've been in business, but they've been in business several years now, and a huge success for CrossFit Hendersonville. And out of that establishment is Scott Batson, who is one of the instructors and still is an instructor with CrossFit Hendersonville. He started another ministry that's down in Nicaragua. It's in Ocotal, Nicaragua. So there's actually 3 different ministries that Full Count has been a part of in the last 14, 15 years. Get Strong Ministries is Scott Batson's ministry, and they have started a CrossFit Nicaragua, or Ocotal, down there. So he and his wife are missionaries down in Nicaragua as well. First pitch to Von Dolan, misses low and outside.
Here's a huge spot for Brett Von Dolan. Could get a much-needed insurance run.
He's 1 for 4 at a single in the second. The runner takes off, and he had a great jump as that pitch misses outside, and Tobias picks up his second stolen base of the day.
So now the stakes are even higher here with Von Dolan possibly scoring 2 on a base hit.
Swing and a miss. Brett Von Dolan swings right through a fastball from Rogers. Do want to thank Paul Schulze with the Worthy Studio outfit here that handles the broadcast, as he loaned us one of the headsets that he has. Another swing and a miss. Is this broadcaster right here, I blame him myself. I knew Max was coming. I just did not put all of the right gear in the to-go bag and forgot to bring the second set of headsets. Infield is drawn in, and Brett Von Dolan shoots one through to the right side. One runs in, and here comes the second run. Von Dolan starts to head to second base as Will Bowen dropped the ball. Might have been trying to make a throw to the plate, but Brett Von Dolan picks up a 2-run single as he continues to wear out the right side of the infield. He's now 2 for 5. And 2 big runs picked up here in the top of the 9th inning for the Rhythm.
And that's exactly what the Rhythm wanted. If you can start to string together wins at this time of the year, you start to maybe find your groove. I mean, I know that it's not easy joining a new league and finding new competition and starting to put together the roster a little bit. Some guys coming in later than others, and then all of a sudden, putting together wins becomes something that is more doable for teams, and especially if they start passing the line and trusting each other like that right there. Runners on second and third, and Brett Von Dullen comes through with a 2 RBI single.
Jacob Rowald will pinch hit for Riley Black here in the top of the ninth. First pitch swinging, grounds one to first. Dan King throws to second, and looks like Merrick Carter was able to secure the ball in his glove and keep his foot on second base. The throw from King was a little bit to the outside of second base. Rowald will reach on the fielder's choice, and Von Dullen is out 3-6 for out number 2. And now Andrew Hunt stands in. He's 0 for 4. Jacob Rowald did not waste any time, and I didn't get a chance to tell you he's the son of Jeff and Kelly Rowald, brother to Grace, grandson of Grandma in Waterloo, Illinois. And as the runner goes, pitch is called a ball, and Rowald gets into second base with a stolen base, as he is the team leader in that category.
Dacre,
at least he was coming into this game.
The catcher, yeah, exactly. Multiple stolen bases from a lot of rhythm players. They've been aggressive. But Dacre there had a good opportunity to catch the runner stealing, but just kind of a slow tag.
And I don't know why I thought the home plate umpire wouldn't have called that a strike. He did call it a strike. I didn't see his hand signal right away. There's a ground ball to second base off the bat of Andrew Hunt. Blemler up over to King for the third out, and the Rhythm are retired, but not before they were able to score 2 more runs on back-to-back hits by Jacob Tobias and Brett Von Dullen, brought to you by Old Hickory Bats. No errors, 1 runner left on base, and the Rhythm take a 6-2 lead to the bottom of the ninth inning, trying to hold on here in Jackson, Tennessee.
Is your home showing symptoms of foundation issues? Your home's wet basement, dingy crawl space, musty smells, cracked walls, or unlevel concrete shouldn't be ignored. Helitech can help. Life happens in your home. You and your family deserve the best. Helitech offers proven solutions in waterproofing, drainage, concrete leveling, and foundation repair services. Contact us for a free inspection at helitechonline.com.
When the water's high, we'll keep your basement dry. Heal your home with Helitech.
Time for the Full Count Ministries verse of the game here as we move to the bottom of the fourth. You'll find that in the Old Testament in the book of Proverbs. It's a great verse to memorize if you're looking to put a good word in your mind and your heart. And it says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. That is the New International Version. NIV version of Proverbs 4:23. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. A lot of things that come out of your mouth, Max, they flow from the heart, and that's why you and I've talked about it, haven't we? We've talked about, hey, if you use bad language all the rest of your life, and then all of a sudden you put a headset on and you think that's not going to come through, at certain points it's going to come out. If you have bad thoughts toward people, and I do have it from time to time, thankfully I don't have to talk about those folks that I might, although I have been on this umpire pretty good. But maybe
You've been working the umpire.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
You got to let some love flow from your heart to the home plate umpire.
I need to apologize. But anyway, it does flow from the heart. So what comes out of the mouth a lot of times is right there in your heart. As Morgan Davis on for his second inning of work gets the first pitch, breaking pitch into Merritt Carter, who's 0 for 2. So thanks to Full Count Ministries for sponsoring our verse of the game. Merritt Carter's going to look at another breaking pitch. He has not been happy with our home plate umpire. I'm not the only one who's not been happy. I've seen several folks raise their arms here all around the stadium. 0-2 pitch coming from Davis. He pitches from the stretch. And another breaking pitch sits down Merritt Carter. Good morning. Good afternoon and good night. Another Roof Store strikeout. First of the ball game for Davis.
He looks very confident on the mound. Finding the zone and kind of working these hitters into, I mean, anytime you get a backwards K, you know you really got that hitter in a blender.
He is 4 straight breaking pitches to start the bottom of the ninth. Does not get the call there as Brian Dacre gets his first at-bat of the ball game. He came in for Matt Houston in the top of the 8th. Take on the catching duties. Ball 2 sails outside. Dacre playing in game number 8 of the year, hitting .318, 7 hits, including 2 doubles. He's got 9 RBIs. And Davis, 3 straight in the zone to Merritt Carter, and he can't get one even close to the zone against the right-handed hitting Brian Dacre. And that's 4-pitch walk. Puts a runner on. Going to bring up Caden Contant, one of the better hitters for the Rockibillys.
Well, 4-pitch walk there, definitely not what you would like to see. I mean, I think ideally with those that 4-run lead, the 2 runs of insurance in the last inning, that gives you the freedom to pretty much throw strikes in a ballpark where we have not seen anything get very close at all to going out. Now, of course, I say that, and I don't want to lead to a announcer's jinx, but I will say that this field is pretty imposing. There's a blue monster in left field that keeps a lot of balls in the park. It's 392 to center, and I think if you are Morgan Davis on the mound, you really got to attack hitters here, force them to put the ball in play, and trust your defense.
Does that say 315 down that left field line? It's tucked right in there. Can you see it?
I think it either says 310 or 315.
Okay, it's 3-1 something.
I think it's a 0 if I had to guess.
Okay,
Although it's
shorter.
320 on the other side.
Right, it's 310. It's shorter down the left field line as that is now ball 5, high and outside to Caden Contant, who's 1 for 3. But that blue monster, it's kind of like the green monster in Boston.
Fenway.
Yeah, at Fenway Park. Doesn't look blue to me. It looks black.
It does not look blue, nor does it look as the green monster.
It's about 30 feet high, I think, is what it is. It might be, maybe it's 40 feet high. It's pretty tall. It's taller than any other part of the wall, and it 1-1 pitch is high, 2 balls and a strike after Davis got the call on the second pitch. And it goes from the foul line about a third of the way to center field. 2-1 pitch coming to the Rockabilly's third baseman. It's bounced up there, blocked by Jackson Cothran. Tobias still in left field. Joe Watkins still in center, and Andrew Hunt still in right. Brett Von Dolan now is at third base. Parker McDonald at short. And Joey Parliament at second. Harrison Travis at first base. There's a fastball that gets in there on a outside corner, and count goes full. Full Count Ministries, full count. Go to fullcountministries.com. Check out all that the ministry is doing for baseball players all around the country. Couple new rhythm players will be heading down to Nicaragua this next week. Actually leaving tomorrow morning, as that is ball 4, high and tight. Back-to-back walks given up by Morgan Davis. Right now the bullpen for Full Count down the right field line has a little bit of activity. I think that's left-hander Andrew Perry, the local product, who pitched last night.
I think I saw Pedro and Andrew Perry at different points.
Oh, no, that's a right-hander down there. That's that may be Noah. Somebody's calling for timeout as that pitch goes low and inside. I don't know who's yelling timeout. Jordan Dool now is going to ask for timeout, and he's going to come out and talk to Morgan Davis, the right-hander, new to the club.
Well, the runner's on first and second in a 4-run ball game. You can't allow the tying run to come to the plate with walks. I mean, you can get there other ways, but really you want to avoid that happening with 3 straight walks.
I think that's right-hander Noah Berry, and I think they're going to call for him to maybe get going a little bit more. Nope, Pedro Pulliam is the one who's looks like he's getting heated up. But number 45, Noah Berry, was throwing earlier. The person who's getting ready is tucked up against the fence, so they're a little harder for me to see. Will Bowen is the batter. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Left-handed hitting outfielder as he steps to the plate with 1 out and 2 on. He's going to catch a strike on the inside corner as that visit was fruitful.
Yeah, I mean, you have to remind Davis that one good pitch here could generate a ground ball double play. And I know it doesn't feel that way in his head after 2 straight walks, but you just got to get back to the basics.
There's a drive that will get by Parliament into right field. Hunt charges and throws, but it's two-hopper to the cutoff man, and there's going to score 1 run. Daker's going to come in from second base on the base hit into right field by Will Bowen, and Contant stops at second. Score now 6-3, and tying run coming to the plate. Jackson Bryant will not face Morgan Davis. He's going to face a new pitcher. Let's see who it is that comes out of the bullpen. We'll tell you about him when we come back. Take a break on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Safeware call to the bullpen for the Rhythm. Number 17, right-hander Pedro Pulliam will come on and be asked to save the game. He's coming into a save situation for the Rhythm as they are only up by 3 now. 2 runners on, and he will pitch to Jackson Bryan, the DH. Pulliam was in the ball game last night up at DuBois County. He went an inning, struck out 1 batter, did have a wild pitch, had to face 4 batters as he got the strikeout, and the wild pitch allowed the batter to get to first, but then ended up getting a fly out to end the inning. Pedro's 5'11", 195-pound rising sophomore, right down the road here in Memphis, Southwest Tennessee Community College. He is from Memphis. Not sure if maybe his dad, Ernest Pulliam, or his mom, Ingrid Pulliam, might be here in the stadium. Maybe his sister, Brittany, who lives down in Mississippi, along with her son, Charles. So Uncle Pedro on the mound, and he is one of 2 pitchers that stay in the host home of Tim and Susan Reese. His mentor is Steve Barrios. And he will be asked to come on for the 2nd save of the year. Noah Berry has 1.
Shirley Ann Hunt says go, go, go Rhythm, and they're going to need to go and get a few outs here to seal this
Jackson
one.
Bryan's a double play candidate, does not run well.
Got a double last time up.
Drilled one off the left center field wall. Breaking pitch gets in there for a called strike. Jackson Bryan doesn't really like breaking pitches. This is Pedro's 6th appearance of the year, also known as Nathaniel. 6 in the 3rd innings, giving up 6 hits, 5 runs. They were earned, walked 5, struck out 6. Just needs a ground ball and gets in a swing and a foul ball off another breaking pitch. That catches a piece of Jackson Cothran. And Pulliam is ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes, with Gunnar Bingham on deck. So the inning started with a backward K to Merrick Carter on 3 pitches, and then Morgan Davis had trouble with the strike zone, walked the next 2 batters, gave up a single that drove in a run, and here we are with Pulliam on the mound. He gets a swing and a miss, a rooster strikeout for out number 2. It is the 10th strikeout of the ball game of Rockibillys.
Huge strikeout.
Back into double digits. And we're going to have a pinch hitter.
Just completely worked Jackson Bryan on that at-bat. Bryan never looked comfortable, which is exactly what you want from a pitcher in this spot, to impose a threatening stance out there on the mound and just get the job done.
So Dalton Rudd is going to pinch hit for Gunnar Bingham. First pitch is a slider that's a little bit up. Bingham was 0 for 3. He gets lifted here with 2 outs and 2 on. Rhythm trying to defeat the Rockibillys and get their 8th win of the year. Swing and a miss as Rudd tried to hold up but could not. Rudd is a rising senior at Murray State University, hometown Elsinore, Missouri, 6 foot, 195-pound outfielder. Tough situation here. He is the tying run, and the pitch is down low. Cothran blocks, throws down to third base. A very risky play by Caden Contant, but he slides into third. Throw is not in time as a wild pitch will move both runners up. Cothran kept it pretty close. That was a very risky play by Contant. Trying to move up to third base. Your run really is not a big run. Pulliam from the stretch, the 2-1 coming to Rudd is swung on and fouled into the stands. A AAA Autoglass foul ball, number 23 of the night.
And a kid nearly falls over, but he's going to chase it down and get his foul ball. Unless that other kid comes in and sneaks it away. Oh, my goodness.
Max Keller with the play-by-play on the foul ball retrieval. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nearly offered at that pitch, low and outside, but Rudd able to hold up, and we have a Full Count Ministries full count. 6-3, the Rhythm lead, bottom of the 9th. Runners at second and third, 2 outs, and the pitch is down low, and the tying run has reached base, and now back to the top of the lineup. The bases are juiced. Ethan Rossow.
And on the year for Ethan Rossow, he has 2 doubles, a triple, no home runs, 11 RBIs. He's slugging .442.
One of the team leaders in RBIs with 11. And he is in a position here to help out his teammates, but he looks at a called strike on the outside corner. Pedro, if you've been paying attention all night long, Jackson Cothran needs to absolutely just run him through and say, you don't ever need to put the ball over the plate, as you can get called strikes 3 balls outside. There's a AAA Autoglass foul ball, and it brings the count to 0-2.
And how about Pedro just going right at the hitter?
That That was a fastball that he delivered, and Rossow could not get around on it. Outfield playing straight away, infield playing straight away as well, looking for a ground out or a fly ball. Pedro Pulliam comes set and delivers. There's a ground ball to third base. Brett Von Dolen throws on to first, and this one belongs to the Rhythm. Pedro Pulliam comes in and gets it done. Picks up the second save of the year and the second win for Zane Brown, who moves to 2-2 on the season. And Zane Brown is the Frosted Luau player of the game for the second game in a row that he's pitched in, as KT is listening in. Kenny Thomas up in Pennsylvania, the first coach of the Full Count Rhythm, as I check in on the Facebook feed. The Rhythm take this one in a thriller. Nice to get those 2 runs in the top of the 9th inning. Give yourself a little bit of breathing room. But the Rhythm defeat the Jackson Rockibillys in game number 5 of the Anchor Transportation 2 for the showdown. As we've got, what in the world? We got balloons. I guess, they're dropping a diamond out here on the field after the ball game. And I believe there will also be fireworks. But let's see. Do we have some final totals? Do you got final totals? Let's see. We got them right here.
Yep.
On the scoreboard. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Rhythm. And 3 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for Jackson. Winning pitcher Zane Brown moves to 2-2. Losing pitcher is Matt Riley. He will fall to 1-1. He's the starting pitcher. Let's see. He went out, and the lead. Yes, Matt Riley will take the loss and the save. Pedro Pulliam picks up the second save in Prospect League history for Full Count. That is his first of the year in a game that takes 2 hours and 55 minutes right here in Jackson, Tennessee. Max, pretty good ball game.
I mean, just really fun to watch the Rhythm play with confidence. You know, they go behind 1-0, but when you have Zane Brown on the mound, you really trust that one run might be the last run you see from Zane Brown. And that ended up being the case. Rhythm were able to provide some run support and some clutch hitting in big spots for guys that needed the confidence moving forward. They got the job done. So exciting stuff. Rhythm have 2 in a row. And you know what, Tim? I say we keep going and don't look back if I have anything to say about it.
Rhythm moved to 8-13 on the season, and Jackson falls to 13-7. And that's 2 wins in a row, and it breaks the 3-game winning streak of Jackson. And the Rhythm will be back home tomorrow night to face these Rockibillys in back-to-back games at Drakes Creek Park. So it'll be nice to get back to Hendersonville and call a game with Zach Williams, the play-by-play man for all home games, or at least until his wife says, hey, I need you to stay home. I'm sick. But big hits tonight. One by Jacob Tobias, a 2-run single in the 7th inning that put the Rhythm up 4-2, and then a big 9th inning 2-run single by Brett Von Dolen to give the Rhythm the 4-run lead. Jackson Cothran with a couple hits in the ball game, as did Parker McDonald. But our Frosted Luau player of the game is Zane Brown, who goes 6 innings, scatters 5 hits, gives up 1 run. It was earned, does not walk a batter, and strikes out 7 and picks up win number 2. He's now 2 for 2 on the season.
You keep striking out 7 batters, walking 0. You're going to start catching some eyes across the league and maybe outside the league.
Well, that'll do it from Jackson, Tennessee here at Rockibillys Stadium, as the Rhythm take game 1 of 3 straight against the Rockibillys, and this will end their 4-game road trip. Be back again, as I said, in Hendersonville tomorrow night. You can join us on PLTV. Folks, we will be, for the first time, doing a Facebook Live broadcast, audio only. So we'll have what's similar to what we're doing here on the road, but we'll only do it on Facebook, not on Twitter, not on YouTube. It'll only be carried on Facebook audio so that we can interact with folks. But you can watch on PLTV. If you're at the ball game, you can make comments on the Facebook Live on Full Count Rhythm. But, Max, so good to have you back. Great job tonight. I'll try to do better with the equipment the next time we go on the road. But glad to have you back. And howdy to Jordan and
Nicole.
And
Sonia, who's doing well.
Sonia had a little bit of a fender bender, but she's okay. So.
And thank you again to everybody that watched us tonight. We really appreciate you guys. And, everybody have a great evening.
All right. This is be the end of the show, as this is Tim Reese for Max Keller and head coach and general manager Josh Carman saying so long from Rockibillys Stadium in Jackson, Tennessee, where the Rhythm get it done with a 6-3 victory tonight. God bless you. We'll talk to you tomorrow night from Drakes Creek Park right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
This has been another Full Count Rhythm baseball game presented by Full Count Ministry and Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. See you next time on the Full Count Broadcast Network.